YouTube, my bad. If my mic was off that whole time, that is my fault. I take the L on that one. Okay? Because I don't know what happened. But anyway, if you can, I know you can hear me now, so my fault. But anyway, yeah. Once a person start talking about uh energy and vibes, I'm done. I'm done. You catch me. I'll catch you later. I'll catch y'all on the surf side because I know we have entered absolute delusional territory. What energy are you shifting? Where's this energy at? That's all they be saying. You had a dude. I wish I could I'ma play it. I'ma pull up the clip on YouTube and I'ma play it. This Negro literally said, I'm a god. See, the black woman, she need to understand that I'm a god. And if she can't fit my program, she need to get the fuck on. Right? The black woman need to get in her place. Because the man is God. Nigga, you just said the man is God. What? I'm the original. So because I'm the original man and supposedly every other race comes from the black man, right? Now I'm God because every other man come from me. Nigga, did we say let there be light? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, did I create the Big Bang? I don't know. I'm just saying, don't bring the Bible into it. I'm just asking, did I do it? Don't bring that Bible into it. Don't bring no religion to it. Did we do it? Did the black man cause everything into existence, huh? Did he do it? Did the black man say, poof, let there be? You are the original. You are nine ether, staring to the sun. Bring on the energy. Energy, the vibes. Space-time calculations. Delusional. But yet, we was in chains. So again, was the white man more, if we the original man, was the white man more godly than us? Are we suffering from systematic problems here, systemic problems here? Where's where's this godly power? Where's it at? I'm just saying, that's why I don't like hoe steppers. I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, yeah, hoe steppers. I don't like hoe steppers. I can't stand a hoe stepper. Not a hoe stepper. Hoe stepper. Because I think they're hoes. I hate to use that word, but I really do think that they're soft. And they're soft. Because a lot of times when I'm speaking to those dudes in that room and they start bringing that hotep stuff, see, we need to get back with the earth, and the black woman need to get back in line. Once it shift to the black woman this, but the nigga just said he God, I'm done. I don't believe you. You have nothing to say. You have nothing to say. You just talked about what the woman needs to do, but you just said you God, nigga. What do you mean? You just said what the black woman needs to do, but you just said you God, nigga. Why she need to do something? You God, nigga. What do you mean? You God. I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense. And then the same niggas who talk about this godly power ain't stepping for nothing. The same people that talk about they gods ain't went to war with the white man yet. I'm sorry. The same dudes that talk about get back and they got all this godly power be the same ones trying to pass things peacefully. Listen, I ain't seen no call to action or war with godly power at all. None. Zero. From the black man or the black woman that be talking that hoe stepping ish. But you God though, nigga, you God. Fix it. See, the black man, he trash and he ain't this and blah 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 blah. But ma'am, you're God. Fix it. See, the black woman this and black woman that, and the children this and but nigga, you God. Fix it. What you mean? The white man ain't giving us reparations and we deserve reparations. But nigga, you God. That's it. What are you talking about? Miss me with this nonsense, bro. Nigga, you ain't God. You a fraud. Stop lying. Ain't seen nothing. Ain't seen a goddamn thing. Talking about what we need to do is get back to Africa. Nigga, this is my home and my ancestors fought to be here. So why I gotta leave? We God though. Why I gotta leave? I thought we was already here before they got here. Why I gotta leave and go back? Never mind. Cause that'll go over somebody's head and then they'll start being, oh, why you say that? I'm just saying. Not every black person that was here was a descendant of slave. There was some that was already here, right? Am I saying something stupid? I hope I'm not saying something ignorant. But I'm just being honest. We the original man. We got all this power. Where is this power, fam? And then when a black man, bro, when a black man that be on that whole step and stuff, and he says the black woman stripped the black man of his power. This all you hear from me. This all you see. The peace sign and I'm walking out. That's it. How the you gonna sit here and say all this godly talk, but then blame black women in the same breath? What? Bro, my head be about to explode, fam, because it doesn't make any sense. You just said a whole bunch of black men or God stuff, and then you just blame black women for stripping your power away. What power did you have? What power did we have as black men? Can somebody tell me that? What power did we have? Now, if he would have said structure, right? I still don't agree. How you, and then they be on that dumb stuff. See, black men, we project masculine energy. The black woman, she receives energy. Or black men, we project energy. The woman, she receives energy. What? Are both not able to do both? So how is she taking away your godly? How did the black woman strip you of your power that you never had? And then to say that black women are the biggest soldier in the white man's army is fucking crazy. It's crazy. The black woman is a pawn used in the white man's army to keep the black man down. Are you fucking serious, nigga? Are you serious, nigga? What? What do you mean? What are you talking about? And no man checks him? No man checks him? Is it just me? Is it just me? Do I like why is it that nobody catches the stuff when these hotep and Negroes step in the room? Hmm? Why is it that nobody catches it and nobody clocks it? But if I start speaking about how brothers uphold the patriarchy, then I'm wrong. Oh, now it's a problem. Now it's a problem. But nigga, you God though. Nigga, you God. I can't stand it. I really get upset at hearing the dumb stuff that comes out of dude's mouth. You got a whole bunch of hatred and bitterness in your heart, and you trying to identify with something, and you ain't even never went to therapy, fool. You never even went to therapy. You didn't heal. So you're projecting. I don't care what you went. Well, I do care because I empathize, right? I empathize. But your personal experience of what you went through with a black woman or a black man don't mean you could get online and say some dumb stuff, nigga. You got to be held accountable, fool. You got to be held accountable for the things that you say. You and these black women out here, you got to be held accountable for the stupid stuff that you say online because of your bad experiences, dummy. Oh, see the black woman was pimped out by the white man. Back in the day, they took welfare, bro. Oh my god, they took welfare, bro. The black woman was laying down with white zaddy, fam, and she kicked the man out the household, right? And she did the black man wrong. They did us. They've been doing us dirty for generations, fam. Nigga, why you won't bring up the other side that black men were complacent in leaving the fucking house so they could cash out on them checks too? Why you won't talk about that? If am I going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, or is this all this stuff we just gonna blame one freaking side every time, fam? We both fucked up. We both fucked up. But again, nigga, we God, right? I don't want to hear that alpha and that leadership and that God stuff. But then you complaining around online with that, I can't even say the word on TikTok because they're going to get me, with that homies over hoes type rhetoric. It sounds a little, you know, other side-ish. It sounds like some homies over hoes type stuff, bro. That's what it sounds like. You ain't even lived, never mind. I really hate to go there, but I think I have to go there sometimes, because I don't think they understand me. I don't like one-sided, unbalanced conversations coming out. Yes, do the homie. That's what it sounds like. When I see a whole bunch of men online crying about women, I get mad. I can't stay, because to me, that's soft. I'm not talking about men explaining their grievances with what's going on with the culture. I'm just talking about when you never got nothing good to say about women. Now I'm mad because I feel like I'm in the wrong room. I go up on a panel, it don't start off that way, and then they be like, yeah, cause man, these black women and these women, they on this. I'll be like, nigga, you like women, right? You like women, right? What you mean? Nigga, I meant what I said. Do you like women? Yeah, I like women. But you, oh, okay. I was just making sure, fam, because I don't know. It seems kind of suspect. I don't know, fam. Ooh, you have a good one. Let me go. Let me go ahead and get the heck up out of here, right? And then seeing those panels with those crazy delusional black women, bro. I was listening to a panel a few days ago. A black woman up there literally said, "I don't even know how the black man came into existence." Now I'm not gonna curse, ma'am. Through your womb, you dummy. What do you mean you don't know how the black man came through? You gave birth to us, fool. Get the fuck out of here, fucking dummy. Like that. But then if I speak like that, oh shit, misogynistic. Oh god, What do you mean? You don't know how we were born, fool? Well, I don't know how the black man came into existence. Through your legs, fam. Through your legs. Lady, what are you talking about? Are you dumb? Did you fail at biology, fool? How did you get here? Your mother had to give birth to you, stupid. The heck are you talking about? Now that type of woman is the woman you never give attention to, bro. You leave her ass behind. Because that's a delusional fool. I don't even know how the black man came into existence. What? You just gotta put up the peace sign and be like, all right, bro. Hey, delusional, fam. Now, with that being said, back to the topic. I don't like hearing all that godly talk. Black men are gods, black women are goddesses. I'm not finna call you that, because where's this power? That's all I want to know. We still ain't got reparations, and it's 2024. In California, they're sort of kind of passed a bill with $800 billion. $800 billion could be distributed. Now it has to make it to the Supreme Court, but anyway. Yeah. But imagine being in 2020. You don't have to imagine because we live 2024 still ain't got no reparation. Where's this godly power that you talk about? Oh, hey, you know, for real. Where was this godly power in the cotton field? Where was this godly power in our neighborhoods? Where's this godly power when little kids getting abducted? Black kids. Where's this godly power when where's this godly power? The fact that we got black men on panels arguing whether black women should be protected or not. Where's this God? Where's this divine masculinity and divine I really want to know. Where's this divine godly power that you speak of when all you want to do is be separated? But then complain about community issues. Make it make sense, because it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. But we gods, though. Nigga, no, we not. We're human. Once that heart stop beating of yours, I guarantee you ain't resurrected. I get, okay. You bleed out, I guarantee you ain't making it. Mm-hmm. That soul depart, or if you even believe in souls, I guarantee you're not coming back. You ain't reincarnating in this mug. But you God, though. You God, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever they be saying. Trying to get back with, black folks be trying to find anything to rationalize. But can't rationalize a community. Okay, that was kind of mean. Black people find something to identify with without identifying with their community. Somewhat, I'll do better next time. I ain't trying to paint us in a bad light here, because it's not all black folks. It's not coon talk, and it's not all black folks, right? But one thing I don't like is hoe stepping Negroes, man or woman, because they always. You ever find it funny how they be like, we're gods, but then they say in order to get things right, the black man or the black woman have to do this, that, and the third. Nigga, God didn't need no. A certain God didn't need nobody to create anything. That's what made him God. So if we are God, take that God out, right? Leave him out of it, the Christian God or whatever. Where is this power to fix the issues in our community, fam? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Where is it at? Because I don't see it. I don't see it. I would love to see it. Show me, point me the way, lead me. Remember, leaders, lead me. I'll follow. I'll follow. Trust me. You leading us to a place of salvation. I'll follow. I have no problem following. Come on. What we going? What we going? With divine masculinity, divine. What we going, fam? And then, tap into your power. To tap into your power, you have to go back to Africa. Get the fuck out of here. To tap into your power, you need to get back with your people in Africa. What? Get the fuck out of my. Like, that's all I'll be like. What? So for me to activate my godly power, I need to go back to Africa. And then Africa been colonized a little bit. They ain't. Where's their godly power? Somebody make it make sense. Where is their godly power? Africa been colonized. So certain parts of it, not all of it, certain parts of it, right? Yeah, that the dumbest thing I've ever. They're dead. They can't help me. I'm sorry. My ancestors are dead. They can't help me. That'd be the funniest thing. We gotta tap into our ancestors. What can they do, fam? What they gonna do? What are we talking about? You gotta get back with the ancestors. How? I have to die? Is that what I need to do, fam? I need to die to then become a god? Is that what you're saying? Oh, well, that's useless. That's useless, fam. I can't. Do I need to astral project? Hmm? Hmm? The fuck out of here, man. That's why I don't be listening. I never listen to a hotel. You cannot take hotep's whole stepping people, whole whole stepping ignorance serious, bro. They are delusional, cuckoo for cocoa puffs. Cuckoo for cocoa puffs, fam. Because it's always a shift. It's always a shift. It goes from we need to do the inner work, we gods, we got all this power. But then if it's the dudes talking, they be like, the black woman was at fault. Nigga, how did we go from being gods to now blaming black women? How did we go from being protector, provider, leader, God to blaming black women in the same panel, fam? On the same panel, fam. These same panel. You're talking about the black men this and uplifting black men and the black blah, 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 blah. But then the nigga changed it to see what happened was the reason we got a whack as a community is because the woman she she don't got no respect for black men because back then we were buck broken, fam. Black women and black men were walking their husbands and wives into the master's house. They were all buck broken. Don't you dare try to garner sympathy because of what they did to both of us. What's up, fam? Don't you dare try to garner sympathy from what they did to both of us in this system, bro. They mentally did you wrong in that system. Both of you. Both the black man and the black woman had to suffer through that. So miss me with that nonsense, bro. I can't stand when they do that. It ticks me off, bro. It really every time. What's up, Alexander? What's up, man? How you doing? What's up, bro? It just ticks me off, bro, because they shift the blame. It's always, no matter what it is, in certain spaces, when it comes to black men and black women, it's always going to be black men's fault. And in black men's space, it's always going to be black women's fault. We done got so stupid, we blaming women for getting pregnant without blaming the nigga who got her pregnant as well. There's no balance. There's no balance. Are you done? Bro, come up, bro. Real Matt, on that same thing, right? On that same thing that you just said, black women threw black men out the household for food stamps, right? Did you look at documentaries where black men participated in being thrown out so they could cash out on the government's check too? There was a whole bunch of people that was in that time area. I mean era. Oh my bad. Oh, my fault. I didn't catch the joke. It must have been some asterisks around there. I didn't catch the joke. I really thought I thought you was one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? Like 101. I thought you was one of them ones, fam. I thought you was one of them ones that's crazy, right? My fault. I apologize. That's my bad. Cause boss lady had threw me off. You know what I'm saying? She had said you. She had said stop it or something, and I got confused. I was like, wait, what? This this can't make sense. This don't make sense at all. What's up, boss?
So with your brother.
What's going on?
Nah, that's what your platform mean. Oh, good red, your dudes account for. Trying to keep it balanced. I mean, you focus more on the men as you should because you a man and you point out some hypocrisies on the other side. My thing is today, so you calling out the and black woman as God people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's beneficial in 2024 tell people, black people, to follow an external source, tell them that Jesus, wait for Jesus' return and keep faith in Jesus? Isn't that kind of the same thing?
Nope, I don't think it's the same thing. When they can find another God that has proven a test of time, then we can do that. But I don't think keeping faith in Jesus doesn't mean not working. So if people actually contextualize the Bible, Jesus gave you a promise saying that you will have trials and tribulations in this life, but keep your faith in me. Do what you got to do. Work hard. Be Christ-like. Embody me, and I'm gonna bring you into the kingdom of heaven. That's it. This ain't Jesus's rhetoric wasn't, oh, I'm gonna make everything better on earth. He said this earth will pass away, but my words will stand forever. So I don't think that that's a bad thing. So you're going to die. I'm going to die. But how I lived and every word that I say, I will be held accountable for when I die. And that's going to determine, and well, my heart, if I'm saved, that's going to determine whether I get to that other that heaven. So I don't believe it's the same thing. But saying don't focus on God, right? And focus on self because I am God. That's different. That's saying, hey, me, my feelings above everybody else. I'm God. Get with my program. Fuck Jesus. Not literally for the Christians. I'm just saying that's what they say. F Jesus, F all that. I'ma do me. Right? I don't think that's far from the same thing. So it's not the same thing when you contextualize the information. But that's just my opinion.
See, me personally, I don't believe in the black man's God. God. If I could choose that over religion, I would choose that because it's like it's giving people power to look within, and you can't blame somebody else for what you got going on. Like people, the religion's been oppressive. It's misogynist, it's racist, it's every ism you could think of is inside that book, and people cherry pick the parts they like in it and say, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna live my life off of." So can we have a faith? Is the book? It's a lot of hypocrisy in there too. So
I
it's
haven't
like
I haven't
teaching people this in 2024 is kind of crazy.
I haven't came across any type of um what they call contradiction. So when you say that, what you know what is because I'm not talking about people who cherry pick the Bible, because the same thing I just talked about cherry picking, the same Hotep dudes had took the verse out when I said black men aren't gods. They went to Psalms. Now they don't even follow Jesus, but yet they're trying to apply biblical aspects. uh what's up at oh man, appreciate your support, bro. They try to take biblical aspects, but there's no real Bible in them, there's no real Jesus in them. So with that being said, let me ask you what your definition of self-love is.
I think that's self-explanatory. I mean, self-love. Once you've done the introspection and you know yourself, is loving yourself. It's kind of
I
self-explanatory.
don't think that's what I don't think that's what self-love is.
Say what?
I don't think that's what self-love is, bro. I'm not trying to be too deep. I think self-love is love of selfless. I believe that self-love is me loving myself less to love others. I'm not putting me first. I'm pouring out to other people. I'm loving other people how I would love myself. I don't think it's me. Oh, I'm loving myself when I'm doing all this and I'm doing the inner work. No, 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 no. I'm loving other people as I would love myself. And that is what I consider self-love.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, but with loving other people, you got yourself first. Because you have to
Mm-hmm.
do the introspection and the deep diving and learn yourself before you love other people. It's like you got to know what love is first before you expect
So
love.
what's the greatest form of who's the greatest example of love?
It's the greatest.
I, cause I because I my greatest example over my mom, over my dad, over political leaders, over anybody. When Jesus hung on that cross and said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do," and he said that to the Father. When Jesus got spit on, slapped, and he said, "If I did nothing wrong, why do you hit me?" Every kind act that he did I haven't found a better example on this earth in any history book, anyone to follow but him. I think he's the epitome of love. So why would I put my faith or something else or anyone else besides him when he was the perfect most example that I found? And that's and I wish people would actually look at the life of Jesus and how he moved and who he was and how his heart was for the kids and how he would even pray for people while he's getting stabbed and beat up like a filthy dog. I haven't found a better example. If you can find a better example, let me know. Who would you
I
say?
mean, Jesus, he was the perfect person, like the person that ever lived, but it's theories that maybe that person didn't exist, or and the Bible tells you itself it's an allegory and it's full of parables. So there's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's fair.
stuff we look at on the fundamental level and not look at it as allegory or metaphor. So I think I read the Bible as I take the morals. I was raised up in the church, so we like supposed to have certain morals and strive to be a good person. But I don't think you have to look for to an external source to find salvation.
I don't think he's an external source. I think he's the source. That's
I'm
where I,
saying outside of yourself, you answers outside of yourself instead of saying what you need to do. You're saying, "Oh, what Jesus do?
well,
What would Jesus do?"
that's how all people get information. How do you learn anything? You have to what? You have to do research, you have to study, right? That's the only way you can learn. You're going to outside sources.
From a book. They wrote a book 224 years ago, 2024.
Well, let me, what does Bible mean? Do you know what the word Bible means?
I mean, we was taught the basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's
No,
what
no,
we wrong.
that's an acronym that we made, but Bible means library. So it was a library. It was books. The Bible's not just one book; it's a compilation of books, and that's why sometimes they call it a history book. When Jesus went and teached in the temple, he was teaching from the Torah, aka the Old Testament. So it was a history of what was going on with the Jews. So when I look at Jesus as the example, what I then order some cookies, babe. My account is your account. Uh, what I was saying, brother. I'm sorry. I had got a
So,
text message. What you
so
said?
you said it was a library. What was going on at the time? It's a history. Yeah, that's
No,
fine. I just understand.
I had lost the point. I was making a point. Oh, Jesus. Bro, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me because it was a real good point, but it don't matter. You know,
So
it'll come back to me. But I I haven't found any other. I got it. Let's talk about the morals in the Bible, bro. If I live a Christian life, right, and I die, I lose nothing. I mean, think about the morals. Hey, love your neighbor. And people know. I don't think people understand what neighbor means because they might think like a neighbor by the house. But a neighbor could be the person next to you. If you're next to a poor person and you can help them out with a few dollars, I don't hate to say poor, less fortunate, help them out with a few dollars, you're loving thy neighbor, right? Honor thy mother and father. We could just talk about the 10 Commandments alone. Don't murder. Don't fornicate. Don't sleep with another man's wife. Wife don't sleep with another wife's husband, right? Just principles. If I live by that principle base, I lost nothing. I lose nothing. I lose nothing, bro. This, a matter of fact, a lot of the stuff that people in in the in these spaces really be speaking on what the Bible already said. Have you ever noticed when people say don't be sexually promiscuous, don't have a high body count, don't do all this, right? They're already taking biblical attributes, but they're just leaving God out of it because they don't believe in that. But then they're trying to take more moral aspects out of what was already established before. So with that being said, what I was saying is I lose nothing. I literally lose nothing. But if I don't live that way, I lose everything. I did whatever the F I wanted to do. I died. And for that, I punish. I punish. And it wasn't God that threw me in hell. I threw myself in hell. Because I heard about him. I had a chance to repent. I had multiple chances. And I rejected him every single time. I rejected his morals. My D, getting my D wet was better than finding a wife and loving her with all my heart. That was just better. I was just being a lustful fool. I'm stealing. I'm robbing. I'm doing everything. I'm doing whatever the heck I want to do. I'm putting me first, as we say. Put me first. Do you? I'm hurting other people in my way, and I lose everything because I don't even get a chance to redo this over. So if I live, people would have to actually show me if living Christ right, I mean Christ like, is worse than doing whatever I want to do. If somebody could prove to me that living Christ like is worse than me doing whatever I want to do when I want to do, doing me, then we'll have something to talk about. But until somebody can refute that me living according to his moral laws and loving people, practicing self-control, having patience, long suffering, being ready to die for my wife if need be, right? Loving her like he loved the church, everything biblically. If somebody could show me that that's worse than doing whatever I want to do, then fine, we have something to talk about.
Right. So as far as the morals of Christ,
Give me 1 second, bro. Just give me 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Christ, shit, he was a liberal. Changed up their whole laws. They were way more oppressive during it. So he was against the law at the time. But the
Hey, my bad, Draco, man. I tried to tell you 1 second. I ran out for. So what you say?
that's cool. So according to the Bible, that's why it's like real contradictory. Like Old Testament are two different things. It's basically left wing versus right wing. Jesus, he was
Who taught you that?
more left brain. How you want to look at it?
Who
It's
who
all
who,
duality.
who taught you that?
He came with a liberal. He came and changed the laws of. That's probably the reason why they got him up.
I never understood why we try to make Jesus a political figure. He wasn't. Jesus paid his taxes. Jesus wasn't political. The old
I
te-
think
the
he was an activist. So into the book.
how so?
So
The, the,
if they're
what,
going if they're going off the old laws of the land, it was in the Old Testament, and he came through as a
Mhm.
liberal and telling people it's different ways. There's different ways to it. He was telling people, "I'm your way through salvation. You don't have to listen to the law no more." That was like a liberal.
No, that's it, and that right there. If you would know, that whole law system was showing you that he was going to. Why do they call Jesus the sacrificial lamb? What was it was a correlation to how at it was a correlation to how at the end of the year they had to sacrifice an animal to be forgiven their sins. God in the Old Testament said that I would be sending a seed of my own. I will send myself, my own son, to be a sacrificial lamb for you. So in the Old Testament, that was pointing to Jesus already. You can see Jesus throughout the Old Testament multiple times, and you can even see Jesus referring to the Old Testament multiple times. He says he's Alpha and Omega. That's beginning and end. That's establishing that he was always there and always will be. He is the beginning, he is the end. And multiple times through Jesus' ministry, he referred back to the Old Testament, even in parables. So the whole Old Testament was to point you to Jesus. It's telling a story. That's why when people you can read the Bible chronologically too, to the best of his ability through theologians who have compiled it together. But Genesis to Revelations, people want to jump around to certain points of the Bible but they don't read it like it's a book. I mean, they don't read it how it's supposed to be read. It's telling a story. You can't jump in the middle and be like, "Oh, this don't make sense," because if I ask most people, "What is the story of Exodus?" they can't even tell me. What's the story of Leviticus? They can't even tell me. In Genesis, what's that story? And if I even ask them, "Hey, was Jesus in the Old Testament?" they can't even tell me yes. So like it's telling a story, bro. That carnal matter of fact, in the New Testament, it says the law was made to show you couldn't do it. How many people came before Jesus? David couldn't be your savior because he failed. What's his name? Samson couldn't do it. He kept falling in love with women. I mean, he kept falling into women. He kept literally falling into women. Had all the power. Was the strongest and mightiest man in that time through the Holy Spirit, and he kept lusting and doing everything. That he had three instructions: don't cut your hair, don't touch the dead, and don't eat something. I forgot what it was, but don't touch the dead, don't cut your hair, and something else. It was one more, but he broke all three. He broke all three. They couldn't do it. So when you talk about Jesus, he lived perfectly. He fulfilled. What did he say, Draco? Remember this. He said, "I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill the law." So how did he break the law, Draco? He fulfilled it.
Said it's open to interpretation. Like everybody, there's so many different denominations and sects and different. So the church, where it depends on how you were taught, they all teach it different. They cherry pick different parts. So
Have you looked into those? Have you looked into those denominations? Do you know the tenets of the faith? The tenets of the faith is the core beliefs of what make a Christian a Christian. So in those denominations, right, there may be little differences, but they're not major held issues when it comes to differences. Like we believe Jesus is the Son of God, he resurrected, right? And that he is our Lord and Savior. If we put our trust in him, we shall be saved. There's tenets of the faith that all of those denominations, well, majority of them, because some are not Christian. Jehovah's Witnesses are not Christians. I hope you know that. There's some denominations that's not.
By definition, wouldn't that make them Christian followers of Christ?
They don't follow Christ. They don't believe he's the Son of God.
So would you call a Mormon or a Catholic?
No, I wouldn't. Catholics? Probably no. Well, it depends. I have to see it because I gotta reread their tenets, but they have some stuff that we don't agree with, like freaking I don't know, it was one major one that we just praying to the dead. We don't pray to the dead, fam. We don't pray to the to Saint Matthew and all that. We don't pray to them. We don't. So there's some sections that ain't Christian, but when you talk about like Baptist, Lutheran, and all this stuff like that, if you look at the tenets of the faith, that's that's Jesus. I mean, that's the core beliefs and the Trinity. They have to believe in the Trinity. If you don't believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, but you believe if I'm gonna tell you what's gonna get a lot of people to hell. People that deny Jesus being God, that's a problem. So if that core does not believe Jesus is God, but they put him as a God, they're not gonna make it. So no, every section is not Christian.
See, that's my. I believe Jesus was a man, and that's the same reason why the people back then had a problem with him. It's the same reason I'll have a problem. He was walking earth today telling me this. People was like, and like you were just a person who's just self righteous and think you morally superior. Trying to tell people the story don't make sense. Like if somebody told you that today, you would not believe it. Like you would say, yeah, your mama.
What did
overinflated ego.
What man can make water out of wine? What ordinary? Because even the Pharisees were saying, what kind of man is this that has power over nature? What man is written about that fed 5,000 with 2 loaves of bread? I mean, 5 loaves of. Man, I don't even know why you're here. Like, if you don't believe, then why are you here? Cause you're just spamming stuff, and we're not even on the energy.
Either those are metaphors. Like you think he was like, I don't know. I think a lot of metaphor is allegory. So
I don't
like
believe
maybe
I don't believe that.
to wine. It was a process. Like he didn't just say poof, it turned to wine. Maybe he did like did a process. Maybe he did feed
Not the way
5,000
it's written. Not the way it's written. It can't just be a process. And then the storm, when Peter and all his disciples said, "What kind of man is this that he rebukes the storm?" But then we got the transfiguration on the mountain. Again, this is what his own disciples were saying.
You also think that interpretation of what was going on.
Okay, so what about all the people from that saw him 43 days after he resurrected and were writing about it? What about those accounts that were
That's
written?
what I'm saying. Did they see him or did we don't know? They might have went to that tomb and
No, Draco, you're not listening to me. 3 days later, he's not in the grave, and people are writing, seeing him out the grave, seeing Jesus. These are the same people that walked through. Because you got to remember, he didn't just have 7 disciples. Now he had hundreds. He grew because there's a story in the Bible where it says Jesus sent out the 82. So the people that were with him saw him, and they were writing about him. So again, it would be that's crazy. It'd be very hard to be doing all these miracles and your name is spreading and not one of them be real. But you're in different towns and different areas. That would be very interesting. In different towns and people are all writing about the same thing. Who is this man? How does he do this? How did he do that? Making a lame walk, a recorded lame? Come on, bro. I can't lay my hands on a person who can't walk and tell them to get up and say my sons are forgiven. Huh?
have you seen the pastor do it before? Lay hands on people and put them kill people and
Yeah, I
stuff
think
like that.
I think they're frauds. Draco. A lot of those people that's doing it, I think they're frauds.
Be blasphemous. I'm not trying to be blasphemous, but that's all I'm gonna say.
That's not
Have you
blasphemy.
seen it?
Draco, fam, I'm calling out goofies in the church as a Christian. Bro,
Yeah.
I know a lot of these people ain't really moving with that type of power. However, there's places that we don't know about that are recorded instances of people that's actually led by the Holy Spirit in other countries where it's done. Now, I'm still skeptical, right? Because I can't see it. I have to see it.
Point is saying that was scammers is not a new thing. Those always existed. People went around doing stuff like
Mhm.
even might be stories in the Bible. People going around doing stuff. Oh look, I'm the healer. I'm the author. I could do this.
They're
They got
yeah.
a team of people around them that's in on the whole scam. If so,
Mhm.
that's all I'm saying.
That'll be very hard to fake in different towns that nobody knows you in. And again, you're a Jew. You're hated by a lot of people. And you're going from town to town doing miracles in town to town. Somehow with a place where they can't drive. They're not taking a horse. They were walking to a lot of these places. And somehow Jesus knew a certain person. Well, he know everybody because he God, but since we keeping it to the man form of him, somehow he just basically say, when I get there, just fake it. Just fake it. I'm gonna put my hands on you. Just fake it. You got recorded length. Why would hold on? But Drake, but no. But then you got to understand the Pharisees even knew who the Pharisees were trying to heal some of those same people that Jesus healed. Remember the woman who was bloody, who had a problem with bleeding? They couldn't heal her. They could not heal her. But when she touched the hem of his garment, she was healed. A recorded lame who couldn't walk. The Pharisees tried to heal it. And they, no matter of fact, they knew that he was lame, right? They knew that he couldn't walk. So when he healed him, The Pharisees got mad at Jesus. How do you get mad at somebody, but you already know that they couldn't walk? The blind man who was blind from birth, and Jesus got some mud and wiped on his eyes, spit in his hand, wiped again, told him to go wash your face in the water. And that blind man could see. Again, these are small towns. Small towns. That is a recorded blind man that the Pharisees knew about. You cannot fake that because they knew about it. That's very hard to fake. Think about that. That's 3 different people what the Pharisees already knew about. And all of a sudden, this Jesus, this Yeshua, if you want to call him his name, Yeshua, right? Going around doing this to recorded people who could not walk, who was blind, and had a problem with bleeding. And not only that, telling people about their whole life in a flash, like the Good Samaritan woman. That's a hard scam, bro, and a scam that has stood the test of time.
Do you think that the slave owner and the enslaved people worship the same God?
No.
So the slave owner, they had to gave it to the slaves, the enslaved people. What God was working for who? Because like you asked the question.
No God was working. No God was working for any of them. They took Old Testament, the Bible was already complete. They took Old Testament verses and used it against certain people. See, the problem that I'm always going to have reaching black folks is because since slavery is a topic that is so sensitive to us, and I understand why, but black folks are always going to have some sort of resentment because Christianity has a history. So that's something I have to wrestle with. But I also understand just because something is used wrong doesn't mean that the tool was wrong.
It's a book called he was a missionary back then, a slave owner. And his way, he had a heart. He tried to justify slavery. He said, well, you know, these people are immoral and we just enslaving them to get them morals. His name was Charles Colcock. Charles C. Cole. I think it's Legend to the Negroes or something like that. I'm paraphrasing the name of it. Charles C. Cole. So if we were, so it's basically you saying the white man saved us. He gave us a way to salvation because before that,
the white man didn't give us no. I can't allow black folks to be ignorant of the history. There were certain parts in Africa or that area that already knew about Jesus. Ethiopia, and there was certain other parts too. Now, was it big like that? Probably not, but there were already people, black folks, that was worshiping Jesus somewhat. There was already that section. So to say that he gave us away, no. And I don't think a lot of those people were going to heaven, bro, because they misrepresented God. That was not that slavery. Them slavery verses had nothing to do with us. It had something to do with Jews. They were the slave, and that story was already done. So what they did was take a story, right, and use it against people. I understand that. But that was already completed. So no, a lot of those slave masters are probably not in heaven, bro. Just being honest.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I know exactly what's the obey your earth master. His actual guy. His name was Charles Cole. Book Make the Negro Religion. That was probably the 1700s.
What's the relevancy? What's the relevancy?
It's irrelevant.
No. I'm saying what's the I didn't say it's irrelevant. I would never say that to nobody. Like I'm just saying what are you trying to say? Because I'm not understanding what you're trying to say.
Relevancy is that Like we holding on to this book that wasn't written for us.
By who?
Like
What you mean?
I agree that like we do need morals, but like we holding on to a book.
How was it not written? How was it not written for you? It was written for all people. Do you know the difference between a Jew and a Gentile?
Yeah, and Jesus specifically said he was talking to his people. He actually turned people away that wasn't a part of his faith. The one lady, who did he call the dog? Say
He
he prioritized
did he turn her away? What did he
Right.
actually say?
To paraphrase, maybe you know better.
He didn't turn her away. He said it's not wise to give the dogs food before you fed your own children. So again, with that being said, he also granted her request as Miss Pocahontas said, right? So the whole point of him saying that was because he had to die first. Salvation came through the Jews. This is just the people that God chose. But if you read the New Testament, God has hardened the Jews' heart to where a lot of the Jews aren't going. He's giving you the gift that he gave them. And I really wish y'all would read how the Jews, why they reject Jesus to this day. And I hope I don't get heated off of this platform for saying that, but it's just the truth. Jesus said, I pardoned their hearts because they rejected me. And that the Gentiles will receive me. So it was written for, he always had a plan for Jews and non-Jews. Salvation just came through the Jews. They're not better than you. Because he says first in heaven shall be last, and the last shall be first. I don't think I wish when we read the Bible, we read the Bible to actually learn and to understand how things work and what he was doing. Instead of just reading and being like, F that, it was used against our people. We can't trust this the white man's book. But in all reality, it wasn't even written for white men. The Jews are not white.
So all right, yeah,
They're not, but Draco, they not right. They're not white. Why do you think they're white?
they're not white.
They're not white. They're not white, but they're not us. But they're not white, fam. Like the Jews are not white people.
I would beg to differ. You could bump into a white person today and not know their ethnicity because
No,
Jewish is that they use it as an ethnicity, not a.
I understand, but I understand that. But look at the region. Look at the. I'm just asking you to look through. I'm not. They're not black. They're not black. We not Jews. I don't play that Hebrew Israelite stuff over here. But they're not white. They're not those people. And I understand some of those Jews over there. It's a whole different thing. But I know for a fact they're not Caucasian. They're not from the mountains of Caucasus.
When you said them people names too many times, be careful with that.
It is what it is. Sometimes we black and we bold.
I'll beg to differ. That's just like it's people who say that that's like the pretending is over here. Oh, we're not African. We're the same people. We inhabited in different lands. So they were white people that just inhabited.
I think some of the Jews could be white. I'm not saying they can. I'm just saying based on a geographical data. I just don't believe that it was the white man's book. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry because I know it wasn't the white man's book.
So was it the so-called the people that we call those they did the outreach and spread it across the world? Was it Anglo-Saxon people?
Well, in Paul spread to a lot of regions, especially when he was writing the church and before he went to jail and cut his head off. But I do think that the Caucasian people, through manifest destiny, did taint Christianity with this false Christianity and spread its word. So it's gonna be both. I don't know who did it more, but I know over here in the States, manifest destiny, and in certain parts of Africa, it may have been another manifest destiny in certain parts that where they would colonize and try to beat the scripture into people. I don't know. I don't know. I really can't answer that question, but I really don't know how to answer that one.
I feel that. I'm trying to shake your faith. I ain't like I said.
No, no one could ever.
I'm not a theologian. I just have certain
Dra-
issues.
Draco, nobody,
Educated me on some things.
nobody could ever shake my faith, bro. I'm a die before I ever denounce Christ. I've already chosen what I'm gonna die on. But yeah,
Stand on that. Something good.
but it's other things that I gotta learn. You know, I gotta learn too because y'all ask some very tough questions. I don't know. The truth is, black folks black folks were harmed through Christianity. Well, a lot of black folks were descendants of slaves. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Were harmed through this misrepresentation of slavery, and I understand that my people are going to ask this tough question of why do you worship a God that was used to enslave our people? And it's because the God of that Bible never said to enslave me. That story was already done. That's not us. They misused. Why we not blaming men for what men did instead of trying to blame God for how they tried to use his word, right? Because God talks about in the Bible, Jesus said, do not ruin your witness. Do not misrepresent me. Them white folks misrepresent. I might get yeeted. Them Caucasians misrepresented Jesus. They didn't give them Jesus. They gave them the devil.
Just going up their history. They said we worship gods and we had what you call it?
You talking about pagan gods? Talking about pagan gods and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Monotheistic, monotheistic,
not mono.
polytheistic.
Yeah. We had religions like that and different spiritualities, and they said they didn't like that. We need to run. We need to run our course under their moral compass and their book. So that's what I'm going off of their history. And I know they lie, but that's what I'm going on.
But that's what I'm saying.
We need Jesus. We need you. These people gave us Jesus. So what I'm hearing is we'll all be unsaved and we'll all be heathens if we didn't come in contact with these people.
I don't know if that's true because again, black folks in certain areas, not all over Africa, so I can't say that, were already had the word already. You know about Kemet? Now I don't believe in Kemet, but they were trying to take Jesus aspects and trying to make it some higher consciousness type stuff. So there was already a Jesus there. Now it probably was misused, right? Now I'm just using misuse because of my faith. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody else. I'm just saying. But Jesus was already spread in some parts of that land already. So to say that there was no Jesus over there, that's a lie. To say that because then we got to think about the Ethiopian Bible too, how they got it.
Yeah, that's the first church was in. That's East Africa. That's Africa. So they say.
But they're still black. Oh, well, it depends on how you look at the diaspora or diaspora. Diaspora.
That's a whole different region. So yeah, they had it over there first. That's closer to the Middle East. So yeah, it spread there first. But there's no telling where we've been because it's a lot. It's 50-50 Muslim, Christian, like the whole continent. So
And all fighting over the same land and all reading from the Old Testament, all having the same parts of the Old Testament. So Shannon, you think communities across the globe that don't know about the Bible are going to heaven? There is a verse in the Bible says that I would judge them by their own laws to show them that they couldn't even live up to their own laws and that you are without excuse to know who God is. So to answer that question, like I'm 100% sure that they aren't going to heaven, I don't know. But I also believe God is sovereign, that every person shall know who he is before they lose their life. So yeah, it depends on how the context contextualize. The truth is I don't know. But maybe people who never hear about it, maybe you know, this is what it is. That's my best answer.
I appreciate what I'm gonna give my Bible and any person I see for sisters teaching me about God.
All right, man. You have a good night, brother.
For sure.
All right. That was funny. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. That was funny, bro. That was a good one. I have no comment. I have no. Hey, I got that StreamYard fam. That shit works. So yeah, bro. I tell you, that's what I was trying to get you to do, man. Yeah, it does work well, bro. It does. And hey, man, and I'm proud of you, public. I'm glad to see that you got monetized. Cause actually, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm like 200 public views away from getting that. But congratulations, man. I hope to see you grow. For real. Hey, all the time, man. Like if you ever need help with something, just let me know. I ain't busy. All right, Vanity. I think I saw you in the crowd. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I just me. I'm not trying to talk bad about hoteps, but I don't like them. And I might play this video for y'all to see how this black man said that black women are a key part of keeping a black man down. It's just stupid stuff. And what I get mad at is that, even though I'm cool, emphasis on cool with some of the men that I went against, sort of kinda, I just hate when they never see stuff like this. Or they never address it. And they make me sound like I'm crazy. I'm like, bro, why y'all getting mad at what I said? But y'all not seeing the same stuff that I'm seeing. Just like I don't see all these delusional women out here. I'm mostly focused on the men. I see delusional buffoons. I can't like the dude. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I hope I can play it loud enough. Let me. I did a whole review on it. I gotta see because I did a whole breaking down of it. Let me see. Because I did a whole review. The nigga was calling himself a god. What are we talking about? Know who you are already. This are dangerous. I gotta see what this video is. Y'all give me 1 second, bro. Cause I gotta see where what's the name of the YouTube channel real quick. Cause I'm gonna play it for you so y'all can get some context that I'm not making this shit up. I'm literally not making this up. Talk it. Black alpha male on podcast. I don't even, the fact that they say alpha male, bro, is beyond me. It's beyond me, bro. Know who you are already. Why does she have to keep telling you who the fuck you are? I forgot the name of the video. For a woman. Miss me with that nonsense. You dudes be lying. Y'all be lying. It's called like Talk It Podcast. I gotta. You say, yeah, that shit, that wild. Yeah, I gotta find it real quick. Hold on, because it might be in my history. I'm trying to go through my history real quick, bro. Because like this was insane, bro. Y'all gotta hear it, bro. Like this was hilarious. I was like, y'all ain't checking these niggas. Like y'all make it seem like it's me. I'm gonna find it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna find it. Get this thing rocking down. I'm gonna turn the camera to the side so y'all can see. So y'all can just. I want y'all to hear this man. It's absolutely pathetic. Oh, that's me. That's not it. So I'm almost there. 8 at the table. 8 at the freaking table.
I mean,
bro.
I believe this. So
right. This is so stupid.
Let me give me your perspective.
Let me switch the camera, bro.
I have one. Do you feel as if
See, this is what happens when
men?
Listen, I don't even like using terms like alpha, but this is what happens when an alpha gets in a row. Because I wish I would have been on this podcast, fam. I really wish I would have been on this podcast. I just how you flip it down camera? There we go. I wish I was here because this. I'm gonna skip to this when this nigga start. Look at this nigga, bro. Y'all. Lord have mercy. Turn it over. Come here, black man. Come here. I want you. I want you, black man. Pause. Pause.
It was they made the black woman hyper masculine.
Now listen. They made the hold on. They made the black woman hyper masculine. Let's go
For
back.
myself.
Here we go with the
Might
pussy
forget
popping.
a lot of information here. So,
Here we go with that dumb rhetoric.
what they did was they made the black woman hyper masculine, right? And they made you and me as we're studs. We're gonna be in the field. We're handy, right? And I think, and I'm trying to kind of connect it all because he made a valid point, right? The government empowered black women.
Now it ticked me off because in this interview he's going to say the black man is God, we gods, right? But now you blaming the government and the black woman, but nigga, you God, nigga, fix it, nigga, fix it.
To strategically move the position of power from the black man.
Remove the power from.
Now nigga, how if I'm a God, how can a black woman remove my power? I'm just asking a question here. I'm not trying to sound like a coon. I don't understand. How did they move the nigga? We gods, white, but Draco, white people shouldn't have even been able to do it to us if we're gods. That's why I'm mad because don't claim to be alpha, omega, and a god if that's what's happening. Cause then the nigga gonna say in the interview later, he's gonna say, I'm gonna go to God for provision. Nigga, how you a God going to God for provision? How you a God going get
From the black woman.
Right?
Yeah.
I had
So
a mental
now-
breakdown.
The black woman in that instance becomes drunk off this power, and then she has a disdain for the black man, and then it becomes perpetuated over generations. So with slavery, what they did was they take us, they call it buck breaking. They do it, gang bang us, rape us,
In
cut
front
our
of it.
balls off in front of the black woman, and then before they kill the black man, they'll make the black after they did him.
So I got a question. I hope this don't step on their toes as black people, but it might. Why wasn't there enough fighting back? I'm just asking a question. I hope, like, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I know about the with Lynch nigga, how to break a Negro, all that stuff, but still, bro, like, I'm just asking a question, bro, because you're painting the black man. You're painting because what I don't like is what he's gonna do. He's gonna paint the black man as being a victim, which he was. But now, in his same argument, he's going to blame black women for the things they do. So I need you to contextualize what you're saying, and he's not going to. It's just going to be painting the black woman. It's just going to be painting the black woman.
Dusty, they'd chain him up,
Embarrassing.
right? Look, they'd chain him up, right? They'd chain him up, beat him within an inch of his life.
I didn't say that. I don't know why people got offended. I didn't say there was no revolts like Nat Turner. I said, why wasn't there enough fighting back? That's what I said. That's not sleeping on the ancestors. I said enough. There was not enough. And y'all know it's not enough. Because we wouldn't be fucking still talking about reparations to this day. We would have been took the shit. Even today, I don't think we're fighting it. We're going through the legal system to get. Never mind. That may be too much of Killmonger talk.
And then unchain him and then rape and do that to the woman. And then the woman is looking at the man like, come save me. But mentally he's dead. He doesn't even have no fight in him. So now she doesn't even have no respect for you. You fast forward to this generation, black women don't respect black men.
Now hold on now. He said fast forward to this generation. So we just skipped a whole bunch of shit. He said to this generation. So we gonna act like black women and black men didn't have their own communities? We gonna act like black women weren't marching with black men to loving each other? We gonna act like the black family household wasn't strong? Are you serious? Because he just skipped past a whole bunch. That even through slavery, we was thriving, my nigga. We were thriving. Never. He just skipped everything.
At all. And when you understand that,
And that pisses me off. The nigga skipped past everything because we about to get straight to, now we finna get straight to blaming fucking black women for shit. Watch. Every single
black
time.
men, at all. And when you understand that, and it's a lot, so I'm trying to make it like simple, right? Because a lot of people, they respond emotionally and not intellectually. And there's no empathy for black men. There's no sympathy for black men. There's no, you don't even love black men. You don't even know who we are. You don't give a fuck about us. Pay my bills, eat my ass.
Oh, that's bullshit. Come on, bro. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on, fam. Come on. Stick with me, bro. Brother, stick with me. Black men, don't get mad at me. Stick with me. Stick with me. Stick with me. Stick with me, bro. They be think that I'm pulling shit out my ass, bro. Pause. No diddy. How did you get to all the buck breaking that was going on to black men? How? You can't mix up truth with bullshit, nigga. It doesn't work. It doesn't. Give me a second, bro. My bad. See, they be thinking that I'm making up stuff, right? You say rewind it real quick? I rewind it. Why do y'all think that? I just don't understand. When they get mad at me, the dudes, you feel me? They get mad at me. But then when I'm pointing the shit out, I'll be like, y'all niggas get mad at me. like I'm just making it up.
Empathy for black men. There's no, you don't even love, and there's no empathy for black men. There's no sympathy for black men. There's no, you don't even love black men. You don't even know who we are. You don't give a fuck about us. Pay my bills, eat my ass. And
How many brothers, besides the rap music and the ratchet black women that's out there, how many black women are you coming across that's saying, pay my bills and eat my ass? Pause. I'm serious, bro. Are we really gonna say that there? Where are the? You're not coming across any honorable black women. You're just coming across women that's pay my bills, eat my ass. The same rhetoric that the dudes be saying to the women of choose better. Well, nigga, choose better. I don't have this.
and that's it.
Thanks.
Okay. So it's important that black men understand what was done to us and why it was done to us. It's also important that black women understand their position in systematic racism and how they're being utilized to destroy their whole family and their whole community and whole generation.
Now, hold on. I want to know how many black men agree with you. You believe black women are being utilized to destroy their own families? Why? Because they still the same ones that's taking care of the majority of the kids all the time, right? Or is that bullshit? Is their child not their family? Is their children not their family? When a man leaves the house or he doesn't want nothing to do with them damn kids, the woman is still there taking care of their kids. So I be wanting to know, like, what is he saying? Is he saying something without saying it that I don't know about, or what are we talking about? And if we're talking about yeet his fetus. I have to understand that not all black women. I have to add balance in there, regardless of my belief. Not all black women believe that that's a child. I don't know what y'all want me to say on it. Not all black women believe that a freaking embryo is a freaking child. I don't know what you want me to say to that. I don't know which one of those are boys and girls. I don't know. But then I also know this, nigga. You can't complain about single mother rates and then complain about yeetus fetus. You gotta pick a struggle. You gotta pick a struggle at some point, bro. Which one do you want? Because dudes ain't gonna stop smashing. We had 42,000 STDs here in Houston in 1 week, diagnosed. They're not gonna stop having intercourse, which is disgusting. I don't even understand how y'all be out here smashing unprotected. You're nasty. I wouldn't trust a soul. You go fuck around and catch a blue waffle. Or that monster, you know, the one you can't get rid of, that mess up your your cells. I don't understand it, bro. Being a player not cool no more. Being a player, it's gonna be a real hot girl summer. Your goddamn draws gonna be burning. Out here having all this goddamn intercourse because you want to be sexually liberated. Okay. Okay. Cool. And when your ass got bumps on your D, I don't want to hear nothing. Or that coochie at the coochie ain't the same. I don't want to hear nothing. You got warts. I don't want to hear nothing. Don't get on the internet crying. I didn't consent to this. Yes, you did. Because why would you consent to sex but not go and consent to get tested together? You're nasty, dumb. If you're not gonna live right, at least do something right. Go to the goddamn clinic and get the nigga tested. Y'all always, niggas don't even get tested like they're supposed to. That's not a pandering thing. Men statistically don't go to the hospital or don't get tested like they're supposed to. So why would you even be opening up your legs like that to these dudes? You're dumb. You're dumb. I didn't consent to this. Yes, you did. You let them hit. Well, I don't even like the single mother dude. You let them hit it wrong. Yeah, now you got some because you're dumb. And shame on the dude for passing around that infected mandingo. Hope I don't get yeeted for saying that.
Now a black man's role is to be the protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer, and leader. I'm a man,
Producer.
protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer.
Producer.
You have your opinion, I have mine.
You're right. I'm just giving it. And
Yeah,
producer.
right. I got you. You have what you want to put in, right? And so I'm saying protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer.
Raphael, bro. Raphael. Oh, sharing the same man. There could be some truth. I know women who plays the side piece part. Like I don't think that's the majority of women. It's a lot of women that play side pieces. I don't think the majority of the women are doing that. I think it's a small section going around here with that monster.
Right? Protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer. A woman's role is wisdom and balance. Okay? Now, the black man gets his provision. He gets his provision, right? From God.
I'm sorry, Miss somebody has said it's too much DL out here. Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
And what happens is there's a vibe.
And here we go. Nah, I'm not gonna be mean. What did he say? Let me go back. I'm sorry. He could play.
Provision. He gets his provision, right? From God. And what happens is there's a vibration. It's a lot. So
The black man get his provision from God. Nigga, a lot of black men have left the which God? Which God? Because now I'm confused. But nigga, you just said you a God. He's gonna say, I'm a God. I'm God. The black man is God. But now you going to God? Nigga,
I'm trying to make it simple, right? So how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So when you're around an alpha and you're around and you
Whoa, Muhammad. Wait a minute, brother. I didn't say all men have it. Where did I say those words? I said the majority of women don't have it. I don't even think the majority of men have it. What are you talking about? I never said that. I'm not being intellectually dishonest. I didn't, wait, nigga, those words never came out my mouth. What are you talking about?
You in that frequency, right? If it,
Alpha what?
And that's where I lose my mind right there on vibes, frequency, and all that shit. I be gone, bro.
man, right? And that energy, that frequency, right? It can throw some
Shit off.
some shit off
Yeah.
because you're conditioned not to even be around that shit,
Mhm.
and then you become sensitized, not desensitized. You're very sensitive to that energy, and then now you don't know how to read that energy. You think he's narcissistic. You think no, he's where he needs to be to take his place. So
What?
I feel like black men need to disregard how black women feel about our masculinity. And
Now that I agree with. I don't think women should have the opinion to define what our masculinity is. However, on that same scale, you can't define women's femininity, my nigga. Nope.
and be more self-contained. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need your money. I don't need none of that. I'm not sleeping on your couch. Don't give me no keys. I'm gonna get my own. I'm gonna go to God. And when you don't want to fit my program, bye.
Same thing. I get that. But I don't get the fit my program part. That's what I don't understand. Fit my you see this controlling nature that some of them want to have. If she don't fit my program, see that we're not even talking about a union where both of y'all are on code together. We're just talking about if she don't get on code with me, she needs to go skedaddle, bye. So there's no unity because what this is not a marriage. It's a benevolent dictatorship. That's what it becomes. And I wouldn't do that. I personally wouldn't do that. Not me. I wouldn't say that that's right. But again, if there are some women who will get on code with that, bro. I'm serious. If she don't get on board with me, bye. I don't think that's marriage, bro. I really don't believe that's marriage. That is not how my shit is set up. And I don't even think that'll make a relationship successful. But again, that's my opinion. Muhammad, I'm gonna go ahead and invite you up because I saw your thing. So what am I saying that's wrong?
Go.
Thank
I
you.
sent
You're
you a
not
request, though.
needed. You're dangerous.
Hope I said your
I don't
name
want to
right.
bear seed with you. I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want to be your friend. I'm staying away from you. And there's a lot of black women that get it
What's going on?
and
Hold on,
they love the masculinity that we project. Black men, we project energy. Women receive energy.
Yeah, I've heard this talking point before, and I don't fuck with it. Go ahead, bro. What's going on?
Yo, but it's like you.
What you
Is
mean?
it the Spanish women? Is it the Jewish women? Is it the white? Says, I'm going to tell me.
Hold on, I never said that. I never said that.
Just asking.
But you do. You see my hand.
You say, "Be marriage told."
So you said what other group of women? Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
People of races actually takes more of the women in consideration as far as their opinion versus the man being the head of the household. I'm not saying don't listen to your wife, savage.
Well, that's well. I mean, well, it seems like a lot of marriages are failing because the men aren't actually listening to the women. When you listen, when the women are coming out saying they're divorcing, why are they always saying they keep telling them the same thing?
It's like what the group does what you're saying is what you want us to do.
What other group of women or men?
Of race, as far as the men are like, just be what's the word? it's the wrong word, but we'll say just subservient to my wife and let her have it. What other disregards the man being the head of the household? Because it kind of sounds like you was going that route. I'm not sure if like
I didn't hear head of the household. You do know you could be head of the household by still you can still be head of the household on paper, right? And in your marriage, your wife can still respect you in a 50-50 relationship. So I don't understand.
so.
But when you
like,
say
I
what other
think
when you say what other group of men, I think there's certain groups of men from every group that think like I do. I don't think there's a whole group of men that have my same mindset. So I think there's sections. But I'm gonna be honest with you. What you just said was correct. I think there's certain groups of men in every race that thinks like I do, but I don't think a particular group thinks like I do as a whole. That's all I can. That's all I can. That's my best way of answering that.
Oh, can let me rephrase. Do you think there's a group that has majority of that think the way?
No, I think that's the problem. No, not me. I think that's the problem. Like that they're not thinking like that. They're not unpacking a lot of things. But what is it that you actually want to say, brother? Because I'm gonna be nice, respectful. We can talk.
That's pretty much it. Like I was just wondering because it seems like as if like you giving black women a pass,
No,
like certain things
Nope.
that they do that aren't like other races of women. Like other races of women don't hard as hard on us, and it's just real.
you ain't even you ain't seen nothing. If you think black women are going hard on you, you ain't seen nothing. In Korea, they got a whole movement where the women are looking like men just to get away from their men.
Well,
You ain't seen where are black women on the?
in the Philippines, I mean that's some LGBT. Say like within it.
What do you mean? Wait, hold, whoa. Oh, what did you mean by that? Because I couldn't hear you.
Like within a heterosexual marriage, not like with them being lady boys, whatever they are over there overseas. I'm saying like sexual marriage, like what other women in like different communities go as hard publicly against their men as
I don't know if there's a scale, but recently all I can say is that it seemed like women of every goddamn group are getting online coming out talking about men in general are trash. Asian women were on this goddamn app talking about they prefer a goddamn American man because he's bigger and he's more masculine. If that don't scream I'm going against my men because they skinny and they eat healthier and they live longer because they own rice and fish, right? You know what I'm saying? If that don't scream, I'm going against my own men because the American men are bigger, not bigger, just not even in the D sense, but just they look more manly. I don't know what to tell you.
like maybe my stuff that I see come across my TikTok to ain't foreign women, talking about their men like this. Normally black women giving out relationship advice and they don't got listening to your single men who
Do you think I'm married?
marry yourself, bro.
Do you think I'm married? Yeah, I'm married to a black woman. So I wanted a few.
Because everybody I'm seeing with these relationship advices and stuff like they're all
Well, a lot of the men, the most famous person, Kevin Samuels, was failed in relationships, sucked at him. Actually, had 2 divorces, but yet everybody listened to him. You know what? I'm not Derek Jackson. You don't understand as black. No. I'm not. I didn't mean to say. What I want to say is Tony Gaskins. I don't understand how black men aren't listening to Tony Gaskins. This is a black man married to a black woman, multiple businesses, millionaire, 15 years in a marriage, never cheated, never been caught in a scandal, has done more work than any of us niggas combined when it comes to saving relationships. He's an actual relationship coach, and everybody discards him because
who that is, bro. Like Tony Gaskins with a G.
yeah, Tony Tony Gaskins. This dude made a lot of y'all. I'm not y'all. He started this. They try to copy the formula. Tony Gaskins is that nigga and will forever be because none of these dudes even got as much money as him and they don't have the work to show. Kevin Samuels can't even compete with Tony Gaskins because Tony Gaskins has saved many marriages and people come out to speak on his behalf on how he saved marriages. There's no list. Mr. Let Go, Anton Daniels, all these new niggas coming out of nowhere will never, Angry Man will never compete with Tony Gaskins, and they know that. They know who he is. They purposely leave his name out their mouth because they ain't got shit to say. Ace Metaphor tried to go against him, and Ace Metaphor got clapped.
Yeah, Tony Gaskins is check him out. You have a lot of I know there's two anyway, because the way I see it is that people game normally about it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like a multi-millionaire that's handsome and rich and can have any woman he wants.
He can.
Complaining about his fan models. It just doesn't logically make sense. It's normally the guys that can't get the women that complain about it.
Nigga, you sound like me. You sound like me. Wait a minute.
These facts though, but it also goes for the women as well. Like I ain't never super bad chicks. There's always these mediocre OnlyFans chicks from Miami who anyway something to say about these dudes as well. So if you're winning in the like if you complain about this. So if you at home right now talking like all these niggas ain't nothing, you need to ask yourself, maybe you not built for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you need to work on yourself a little bit. That's kind of how I feel about that. I wanted to talk to you more about the religious aspect of what you were saying because you was going deep. But like I think that you and dude, what's his name, Smart? Like I watch him a lot.
Oh, Smart. Yeah, the guy I was dissecting.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like I watch him a lot, and I think that both of y'all are right, which sounds weird because you're on two totally different aspects of the game, right? But like he's saying that we've been misused, and then you're saying that if we're gods, then how could we be misused? So I'm thinking from like his standpoint, he doesn't mean God in the literal sense of I can close my eyes and create a planet. What he's saying is God is like the supreme being on the planet as far as black men and melanin and being like as far as us being on Earth is concerned, like we're the supreme being. My thing is this: is I'm gonna say some controversial, bro. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that we will ever beat white people. And it's not because I like white people. I have nothing against white people, but I don't think that we'll ever beat them because we're not built like them. And like what I mean by that is this: if you understand how power works, like let me give you an example. If me and you are playing checkers, right? And I get up and I go to the sink. Don't you take 3 of my checkers off the board? Mm-hmm. And I come back down. I'm like, okay, you took 3 of my checkers off the board. That's kind of foul. You like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do, dog. And I look at you and I hand you a phone, and I say, answer the phone, dog. And on the other end is, the phone you hear, Daddy. Like I got your daughter hemmed up somewhere. I'm willing to do more to win this game than you are. That's how white people are. There's no limit to the amount of evil they're willing to do in order to control the planet. No other race is like that on the planet. That's how power works. Who's ever willing to do the worst, most egregious thing on Earth is going to win. We're not built like that. Like even when we had all the resources and the gold and the silver, we didn't invade the mountains of Caucasus. We left them alone.
Yeah, like, but we invaded each other. See. Now, but hold on. But see, because sometimes them conversations get on my nerves because we got all this smoke and animosity towards colorism, and we was fighting, even in our own territory. There was tribalism. We willing to go to smoke against black folks, but now we saying that we will never be white because we did a lot of harm to black women. Black women did a lot of harm to black men. We did a lot of harm to children as black people in certain cultures in Africa, we did a lot. There was a
Yeah,
lot of
but
evil that
everybody
came
does
through the
harm
hands of black
to
people.
their own community.
Huh?
Everyone does harm to their own community. The
But that's
Indians
what I'm
did
saying.
it.
But that's what
The
I'm saying.
Chinese did it to their own communities. The only people that's leaving home trying to conquer Earth and murder people for natural resources is who? It's not us. It's not the Indians. It's not the Chinese that's jumping on your boats and going to Viking land. It's them because they're mentally built different. That's the point.
So what does
The
that
only
say? So
people
what does
who
that
are
say?
around
So
being
what does that say about us? Right now, I don't now mentally built different after everything they done to when they threw our babies in alligator pits. When
Facts.
black men tried to escape from slavery and they had to climb up trees, and when
Facts.
they came down, the white man said he wouldn't hurt them, and the dog
Facts.
ate them. And the black woman walking their husband into the slave master house to be buck broken, and the black man walking the woman into the house to be raped as well, right? All that stuff going on. Us knowing our history, you saying that we ain't ready for no get back? If time come, we ain't ready to do the exact same
saying
things.
that we're incapable mentally of taking it to certain levels. Let me give you an example.
Who?
When you sound nuts. I know, but like when we first left slavery, right? We had our own communities and towns, right? And we were doing very well. We were doing so well that their response to this was let's flood them out. Now, if you don't know, what is it in Manhattan? Your Central Park used to be a black community that they flooded out. There's like 7 or 8 different communities that they flooded out, and the ones that they weren't flooding out, they just went and just murdered all of those people because they doubt that life. All we wanted was to be left alone. After the alligator killings, after the bug breaking, after the raping, all we wanted to be was left alone. Like, you go over there, we'll go over here, we're fine. If we didn't want any get back right after slavery, what makes you think that we're going to want it right now? We're not built that way.
Because
there's a certain level of humanity that we have that they don't. I'm not trying to make it sound terrible, but if you're going around the world, you know what I'm saying, holding everybody hostage so they can use your dollar, you know what I'm saying, with nuclear weapons based on a dollar that doesn't add up to anything, then that should let you know about the kind of villain you're dealing with. There's levels to this shit.
so all that tells me is that we ready to go to the deepest forms of garbage humanity within ourselves towards black people, but to a group of people that done us harm, right? And for years, you're telling me that we can't do the same thing to them because we have this humanity, but yet we don't have this humanity for our own. That's what you're telling me. That's some bitch nigga shit. I'm sorry for not you. Not you. Sorry, YouTube. It slipped out. It slipped out, YouTube. Forgive me. It slipped out, YouTube. Forgive me. That's some real sucker stuff. If that's not, if that's because
but I notice how other people are in our case, bro. We never gonna link up like that. We just not gonna.
Why?
Do it. We're not going to. Those days are gone.
Fam. I'm telling you. I believe that black folks will link up like that. And I believe they can. You link up in everything else. Niggas link up at a freaking sports event.
I know you're being optimistic and like it sounds good because I used to think this way too. But like after you keep watching us being murdered and being beat in the streets and being shot in the face and beat up by cops live on television every single night, after slavery, after all the bug breaking that you mentioned, at what would have to happen in order, because everything's happened to us already. Everything's happened to us already. So what new found craziness could possibly happen in order to wake all black people up? I'll wait, bro. Just like what's brand new? You just gonna make everybody be like, you know what? Bro, I'll put it to you like this. We can't even boycott anything properly. We can't even boycott. Like when Gucci came out with that stuff with the monkey little black boy, you on the clothes and all that, your racist clothing. Black people didn't stop buying that stuff. There is no level of pain, bro. We're broken as a group. I'm putting it out there. And the reason why I know we're broken is because I'm personally not broken. Like I can look around and tell certain type of people. Like trust me, I can tell. And the majority of people are broken, bro. They're not gonna bro. Let me ask you an honest question. Do you think that the bus boycott could happen today? Today, if if people were still on buses and didn't have their own cars. Do you think that you people would be like, and because I'm black and I don't like how y'all treating us, I'm willing to walk? Hey,
Yeah.
man, you know.
I'm not being obtuse. Niggas like, bro, wait. There has never been nothing that stopped us from achieving. So if they couldn't break us down, right?
No, I'm asking about a boycott. Do be
We
because a
we
boycott is
boycott
everybody
stuff all
coming
the time.
together to say that we not. All right, let me ask you this: uh if Walmart said, "Hey, we don't like black people no more," and came out with a press release, do you think that all black people would unite in order to not shop at Walmart no more?
If do you think that they wouldn't? You
No.
telling me you wouldn't see no boycotts?
No, I boycott myself, but I don't know about the rest of y'all. Like I'm almost certain, bro. After I seen what happened with your Gucci and all the rest of these high-end clothing labels that were blatantly disrespecting us, and nobody was willing to stop buying their clothes or stop going and bro. After I seen that, I knew what time it was. Now we can sit here and pretend as if we so strong on the inside that one day, bro, we
So
done.
so you, it's funny how you bring up Gucci. It's funny how you bring up Gucci, but not a lot of black people wear Tommy no more.
With Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah, not on that scale. Not on that scale. Black people are not buying it.
Not in fashion anymore.
Yeah, he ruined himself. Black people were his prize until he came out and said something stupid. So black people stopped wearing that shit.
Okay, so how come they didn't stop wearing the Balenciaga?
I don't fucking know. I don't even know the story behind Balenciaga. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know it. I never heard of it.
Your Balenciaga had like a little black model on there. Again, your little dude was like a kid. Dog, and they put the word monkey on his chest. Dog, I guess they had a white boy who was a kid as well. Dog, they put like lion on his chest or something like that. Dog, and I think you're one of those your clothing companies also had clothes that was mimicking big black lips, big red lips that kind of made them look like black people were monkeys and stuff like that. But everyone knows about this, but no one stopped buying their stuff. No one.
Hold on. Wait. Vanity said that was H&M. She said that was H&M.
Regardless of the company, it don't make a difference because H&M is still thriving.
Sort of, kind of. I just bought some from H&M, but I didn't know about this story. I didn't know.
But
I won't do it no more. I didn't fucking know this shit. Like, what do you mean?
You like, I'm good right now.
I didn't know that. Like I never came across this story. Knowledge is power. Now that I know that, I'm not fucking shopping at H&M no more. It's just plain and simple. Oh, fuck y'all.
But within the higher fashion labels, this is what they do. In order to be accepted by white America, you have to do something racist towards black people. And I don't know why nobody is noticing this. Everybody does it. Let me give you an example. Gilly and Wallow?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Like remember when they got that contract from the white boy Dave Portnoy?
Mm-hmm.
Why did he give him the contract? I'm like, nobody's noticing this? Because he got in trouble about saying something about a black girl right before that. Y'all don't remember that?
Yeah, it's controversy often boosts your sales, especially when it comes to
What happened was he said something racist, maybe about a female basketball player, possibly. I don't really remember. And then all he did was just give Gilly and Wallow that big bag of bread, and they signed up with the organization, and everybody forgot. Why? Because we can be bought off. Everyone knows this. We can be bought off, and in order to make what we can't be bought off.
Not all of it. No. It's some black men that refuse to get fucked in the ass by Hollywood, and they stand and they coming out speaking about it. So there's a lot of us that can't be bought. It's a lot of us that money does not break us. It's a lot of us that's not Brandon Tatum. It's a lot of us that's not conservatives. It's a lot of us that's not. So a lot of us are not getting. A lot of us are realizing the.
Come on, bro. What actor in Hollywood do you think hasn't been touched? Because I'm about to guarantee about 100% of them have. So the only
I don't believe that.
I'm not willing to guarantee all of them have been touched inappropriately in some shape, form, or fashion. Now that everything's coming out, which we should have known earlier, like all these weird sexual.
You think Ice Cube been touched? You think a dude who like that real street, real gutter been touched, especially when he was speaking out against it, been touched?
Ice Cube is probably the only one that I can think of offhand, and that was a very good response.
Do you think Tupac was
That
touched?
probably wasn't. Yes, absolutely.
By who?
No doubt.
By
No
who?
doubt.
Why? Because he grew up a little feminine?
Nope. Well, you're one. I mean, I seen a documentary with the guy who was talking about Tupac used to write him love letters, and it was a wife. I seen it on YouTube. But besides that, it's kind of janky. Remember when Tupac had on the gold on his crotch?
Mm-hmm.
When he had the gold on his crotch, there was a photographer that was there that was taking the pictures of him. And I know you've seen it. That dude was very flamboyant.
All right, do you think okay, so I used to say 50 Cent wasn't touched, but I don't think he was, but somebody said that the whole reason he got shot was behind a same gender. God damn, you gotta pick words wisely. Same gender. Somebody said the reason he got shot was because of a goddamn male lover, right? That's what they said. I believe it's a rumor. I'm just telling you what they said. So I personally don't believe 50 Cent been touched, and look how successful he been.
Yeah, but I mean, if you really had to bet your life on it, knowing the industry that they're in, knowing who runs that industry, because everybody knows that group of people over there runs Hollywood. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying.
Yes, that group of people
that are known for touching and doing kind of things to other men, we'll leave it there, are the ones who are running Hollywood. If you're the one doing the hiring, why would you put somebody when all these other dudes is willing to do it? Why would you put somebody in your circle who's not?
You think that bro, it's a whole bunch of black men that's going against it, saying you're not fucking me in my ass. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We're not giving up the pussy. It's not happening.
Okay, let me rephrase.
But yeah, it's a lot of them, but then there's a lot that's not. That's actually come out speaking like, yeah, Cat Williams. You think Cat Williams was touched?
But Cat Williams is one out of how many? Let's play this.
I'm just saying.
Been touched than ones who haven't been touched. Like, can we agree on that?
I definitely believe more Caucasians were touched than black men. Yes. Well, it's mostly them in there, but I do think a lot. Yeah.
You're like, well, technically, by the math.
Yeah.
But within the black community as well, bro, let's not get it twisted. I mean, bro, we know what Tyler Perry got going on, bro. I mean, let's keep it 100. Like
Denzel ain't never been. Let's stop the bullshit.
But Denzel probably is one of the ones.
Let's stop.
I really doubt that all of them years in Hollywood, he ain't never had no back rub.
That nigga ain't did no back. What?
I really doubt, bro.
Well, y'all niggas is out. Y'all niggas is out of pocket. Y'all niggas is out of pocket. And then okay. That nigga ain't did no goddamn rear end taking bussy popping.
But we don't know. See, like my thing is like, if I'm living my life the way I am, and like I know that those folks is over there, I don't be around them folk over there. And like you can blame it on their career and blah. I get a different career. It's pretty simple. I around you, I don't want to be tried, bro. I don't want to be tried. If you're willing to be in the circles where people get tried, I mean, come on.
I believe there's a lot of men I believe there's a lot of black men and black women that were sellouts. Even the ones who put on blackface, but that was at the same time, bro. I'm not giving them grace, but I do understand the selling out that happens sometimes. Now, I'm not talking about bussy talk. If you give up your ass, I don't know what to tell you. Nigga, I don't know what to tell you. But willingly give up your butt? Yeah, no. But when it comes to a lot of those people that did the freaking blackface, black people doing blackface, acting like a goddamn goofball for white people laughing. When they're backed into a corner and they have nothing, it's either take this role or be broke, and you're already assimilated in this damn thing, then I could understand that type of selling out. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying.
And that's the problem. You have to say there's a line as a man. There's a line as a black man. And if this is something I have to do in order to disrespect my people or myself, I'm not. But to blame it on there, all you was going to do was go back to being broke. anyway, then that's a choice.
Well, Dave
Then
Chappelle.
it's a
Well, Dave
choice.
Chappelle.
You're making that like it's basically.
So what about Dave? Somebody said Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle didn't. He sacrificed $50 million and said I'm not doing some weird stuff, and got out.
Did he though? Or like did he get put out?
He
Because the
rejected
problem is,
$50 million. $50 million.
Like I think you spun that story.
I think you think that us black men have become fake or something. Like we not standing on business. Like a lot of us not standing on business for not giving up the pussy.
Actually, this like a you participate in your medicinal things that I used to smoke, right? I mean, whatever. Now, if I knew somebody didn't do green and they did white, we couldn't be friends because you're not into the same thing I'm into. So ain't no sense in us hanging around together. Because halfway through the night, you gonna try to act a little funny when I'm trying to relax and chill. You're gonna be bouncing off the walls. If it's something that small as drugs, then how come I wouldn't equate that to sexuality? You can't be willing to be around that group of people if 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 you're not somewhat open-minded to that. See, like this. If like you talk to some of these guys in the community, they'll tell you it's not about liking the people already like it. It's about turning the ones out. Now I ain't trying to be around.
Yeah, I know.
And start drinking around them, just willing and waiting to turn.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Like I think all the Marlon Wayans, because none of them are funny, they didn't get there off the talent. I think they gave up the pussy.
Yeah.
Because none of them are funny, and we see him. Never mind. I'll leave that alone. But
You seen him myself with the rainbow stuff on. You seen him, Marlon?
I'm gonna leave that community of people alone. Not today.
Right. Well, that's what he was doing, and it's
His son is trans.
That's how they get down. Everybody knows. I don't want to say it. Everybody knows.
I'm not pretending. I'm just saying I don't believe.
Get down over there.
With black people coming out to say what's going on over there, I just don't believe majority of them did that. Especially how harsh we are on that stuff still.
Nah, bro.
Even as a community, well, not be harsh on it anymore as a community because a lot of people. Never mind. I'm trying to be nice.
In the day and age of when you could take part in something for 10, 15 years, and as soon as they stop giving you the check, now all of a sudden you want to blow the whistle. All these accomplices and people who, in my opinion, should have got hit with the RICO. Like let's say with Puff Daddy case. Like the P. Diddy case, where's all kind of bodyguards coming out doing interviews? I'm like, bro, when you there all? You was there the whole time. And as soon as you don't get a check no more, all of a sudden you just can't take it no more. Hey, this same thing with Cassie. Cassie told you straight up. He gave me money in houses, and that's why I stayed. And as soon as he stopped,
that is not what she said. Did you read the lawsuit?
Yes, I did. Yes,
and she said bro. She said specifically in that lawsuit that he gave her money, and that's why she stayed, fam. Fam, read it how it is. I'm just saying.
Bro, what was the time after she got your drug out of the birthday party and beat up at the hotel room before she do all that stuff? Mm-hmm. Wasn't he messing with her after that point?
Yeah. And
didn't she say he bought me a car after that point?
A little bit, yeah. Something along the concept.
Because come on, bro. Man, let's not do that.
So see, no. Because again, you're dealing with psychological warfare against a young woman's mind. And then what about Stockholm syndrome? Nobody brought that into question to where you're empathizing with your abuser as well. You can't blame this 17
19 no.
Somewhere around that age. You can't blame that young woman getting manipulated by him, but he found it earlier. He found it before she was 19, fam. So you can't blame her for the shit.
Because she was dating Ryan Leslie first. Like wasn't Ryan Leslie, like whatever his name was, the producer, like she was dating him first, and then Puffy came and got her and took her on to the bad boy thing. So she had to be about 18, 19.
So what are you saying? What are you saying? That she was complicit in she was a punching bag for money?
Is that unheard of? Like why we like let's not do that. I mean, we can at least be real as men.
I'm being real as men. I'm just saying, like you're really saying that she was a punching bag as money?
Well, let me put it to you like this: if he worked at UPS, The first time he put her hands on her, she would have been out, right? Right? But he didn't work at UPS. He's a billionaire. Let's be honest, bro. Let's not do
Because
this.
I'm trying to be honest, because if I'm thinking about even the personal stories of our own family members that be women, when they get groomed by some older man, right, to where he's manipulating, he beating on her, right? What about all those women specifically who not famous, who get manipulated, right? Who start to, huh?
Like, you can't groom anybody that's not a minor, right?
What? Who said, huh?
Like, because under my interpretation, like, I thought that grooming was something.
What age does the frontal lobe develop?
25.
So was she 25?
No.
All right then. So like, yes,
But she was still a legal adult, though, correct?
You can a 19-year-old can get manipulated by an older man.
So anybody under the age of 25 is being groomed, is what you're saying?
I didn't say every or anybody. That's not, you gotta listen to my words. I didn't say everybody. I said you can, because what you said was you can't manipulate somebody over the age of or who's not a minor anymore. That's literally not. That's literally not true.
Because the frontal lobe's not developed, then
yes, because you can.
Anybody under the age of 25
can be
groomed by somebody older.
Can be even over. I brought the frontal lobe just to bring science into it, but even over 25, you can you can be manipulated and groomed. Yes, you can. But still, but really, realistically, it doesn't really happen above 25. Manipulation comes in what?
Well, are you saying grooming or manipulation in
grooming?
General?
I'm talking about grooming, right? A young woman can't get. There's a lot, bro. There's women who got groomed by older men at freaking 20 years old, right? Feeding no bullshit. We know about this. I don't even know why we act like we know about this shit. We know about an older man coming in, leading with money, and then grooming this woman, putting on the front in the beginning, acting like somebody at night. Next thing you know, she got a black eye.
Okay, so if she went through everything she went through, but she was 32 and Puff was 52, would she have been groomed at that point, or was she just taking the checks?
I would think she shit. I would think she'd be manipulated and taking the checks.
Okay.
It'll be one or the other. Because at some point you gotta get the fuck out. No, I'm serious. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. At some point, but also with that being said, you got Stockholm syndrome. Like I can't be unempathetic to that situation because.
Were you able to go home? Let's not do that. Let's not use.
Wait, do you know what Stockholm syndrome is?
Yes, it's when you kidnapped and stuck in a room, and the person who has you kidnapped and like has you unable to leave is like manipulating you. I didn't know that Stockholm syndrome meant that you can go home whenever you want to, and you just go back to his house, and now your brain messed up.
No, wait a minute.
If that's the case, my bad. Like, I didn't know.
Wait, no, did you just?
Like, I honestly thought that you had to be there somewhere, trapped, and this person who like has you trapped in this place is manipulating your mind away from other people. Not that you can go home anytime you want to. You taking cars, you getting houses, you going on trips, you on yachts. You picking out prostitutes where he's telling you to pick the dude with the biggest thing and you get to pick it.
Fam, it's not fam. First of all, you're reading it wrong. It's not just a captive situation. It's an abusive simple situation to where they're empathizing or sympathizing with their abuser. So you're talking about you're talking about but brother, wait a minute. You're talking about the captive part, but you're not taking into consideration the abusive part of it.
No, I thought it was a kind of a combined deal with the Stockholm syndrome.
No, because it says Stockholm syndrome is a coping mechanism to a captive or abusive situation. It's not just captive, fam.
No, I thought it was captive and.
No, captive or.
Oh, captive or. Okay, I didn't know that. Like, I thought it was captive and, because every time I've heard of Stockholm syndrome and like I've seen it in like documentaries, it's always because like someone's been trapped and kidnapped away from the family, and then he's working on the brain away from the family and outside influences.
Okay, well, I'll be fair. You was kind of right, but you were leaning more towards that captive part. I'm talking about just the abusive part of it. There's a lot of women, right, do always come out with their stories talking about financial fucking abuse, mental fucking abuse, spiritual abuse. Oh, don't even get me started on spiritual abuse, bro. That's a whole no, that's a real no, Muhammad, that's a real thing. That's a real thing, fam. You're laughing. I'm serious. I'm saying that's a real thing, bro.
Is that if you're in a cult, once again, you normally can't leave, except for that one dude, Jim Jones.
Hold on, Muhammad. Hey, Jay, feel free. No, Jay, feel free to talk. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. Y'all go ahead. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, no problem. I won't be very long. But while now that I'm here though, greetings everybody. Hope you're well.
Yep.
But for the most part, what you're saying about cults, yes, there are a lot of them that do isolate you from your family. Actually, the ones today that are more effective are the ones that don't use those same tactics. Allow the people with enough grooming, there's the word there, with enough grooming to choose that on their own so that in the end they can never say, well, I never made you get away from your family.
Mm-hmm. That does make sense. But my question is at what point are people just stupid? Now, I'm not saying she was in this particular instance, but I'm saying, like, how long can you blame someone? Like, I mean, if like somebody's trying to game you and you're just dumb, okay, like I get that part, but like, how does that equate to being like in a like? Because I did a video on that dude Jim Jones in San Francisco, and you know how he murdered all those people, whatever, dog, and like it was just you'll be on me, like you just said, like how many people. Because this was basically like a Sunday service. But like everybody came from their homes, went to Jim Jones's church on Sunday, and then went back the next Sunday to be abused. So I guess I can
Well, what I would say,
in that aspect.
no, what I would say to that, dear brother, is both the word stupid and dumb is subjective. So it all depends on the individual at the time on what they individually define as stupid and or dumb. Also, we want to keep in mind that for the people who join cults, they're usually joining a cult because they are missing something, looking for something, and they're usually groomed by a charismatic leader.
Facts.
Like, bro, that's why, like, and see, me, even as a Christian, I don't mind calling out pastor. You can ask Jay Easy. I get on all of them. I don't consider a lot of pastors or a lot of churches. I believe a lot of churches are cults. Just by what they're doing.
100%. But I do want to say this as well. Because of what society has done, the title cult has gotten a negative connotation. Cults themselves are simply just a group of people with shared interests who usually share resources, who usually live together on some type of compound or something of that nature. The only time it becomes negative is when that charismatic leader starts to abuse people.
Okay. So if a charismatic leader is not abusive, then that's not to say it's not a cult, but it's not as bad of a cult, is what you're saying.
Yes.
All right. Now, I did a little bit of research into this like a few weeks ago. Now, if you were to go to Google and type in cult and then just put the definition of cult, when I did it back then anyway, the definition, if I recall, is a new school or like a new age religion, right? A new age religion is what's called a cult by Google definition. New age religion. So if a new age religion is a cult, then the old age your religion has to be a cult as well. So if the old age religion is a cult, then that means that all religions are cults, right?
Well, we have to remember when Christianity became Christianity, it was a small fraction of people. And everybody around those people who were Christian was like, "Ooh, what are you doing with this weird stuff?" So yeah, considering that everything is new, I'm pretty sure in that moment in time when Christianity was first introduced, I'm pretty sure the people at that time
referring to like cults and religion as a whole.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just using Christianity as an example. As a matter of fact, we can pull off Christianity. We could say
No, Jay.
Shintoism.
You can use
When
Christianity.
Shintoism was first introduced, Yeah. So, and Shintoism came after Zoroastrianism as well as after Hinduism. So when you have those that have lasted for so long, and Shintoism come around, then people's like, "Yo, what are you doing? What are those weird people over there doing?" And they would probably label them as a cult.
So everything's a new age religion until it becomes an old age religion, correct?
I don't.
Essentially,
All right. So by that definition, then everything's a cult. So Christianity is
yes.
a cult. But you are of the mind state of thinking that a cult has a bad connotation anyway. As far as how
Because of the
see it today,
people
correct?
who have abused it.
Yeah. But
Yes,
technically,
because of the leaders who have abused it. Yes.
got it. But technically speaking, then all religions are a cult.
Yes.
It could be. I mean, spirituality is becoming its own religion. Worshippers of self is its own religion. The same type of ideas that spread is its own religion. That could actually be a cult. Yeah.
I don't see any difference between the cults of today versus the Christianity, the Catholicism. Like all of these are like things that you can't prove. And
There was
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to cut you off. There was a cult in the 20s in this country actually that is identical to the people who believe today, who believe simply in themselves. The only thing is the person who started the cult had got people to believe in themselves and then got them people to believe in him.
okay.
So there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, because that's usually like how a cult works. Like that sounds like a great blueprint, like for a cult. I mean, start with them and then just transfer it towards me. It seems pretty productive. I mean, if you are like into building cults and stuff like that, it makes sense. So everything's a cult. Like my thing about Christianity is that it's so blatantly false, and most of the people who don't believe in Christianity are the most productive in the world. Like let me put you like this. Like I actually did this research myself. Like if you look at and like I don't know where I got this from, but if you look up Christianity by race in America, you'll find that the majority of black people are like 95% Christian, right? The race that is the least Christian are the Asians, right? White people, per not per capita, but your per population aren't as Christian based as black people are. So if you go down that list, Asians have the most wealth per population, and then the people that have the least amount of wealth in America are black people. So if Christianity is the most prevalent amongst black people and the least prevalent amongst the you know where I'm going, and least prevalent amongst the Asians, then is Christianity a good thing for a race of people?
Well, who said?
So,
Well,
I
well,
think how
well,
you
well,
got
hold on,
to
Jay.
that
Hold on, Jay. Let me
conclusion- Go ahead.
let me contextualize that. One, when did Jesus said that following me would give me riches? Because when you, but hold on. When we're talking
That's a
about,
very good point. I ain't gonna lie.
when we're
Yeah, go
not,
ahead.
but because you're equating following Jesus to success when people don't even contextualize the Bible, when Jesus says you will have trials and tribulations in this life. So your whole example of equating who's more wealthier is better, but we can point out to all kind of black folks living the Christian experience, such as Lecrae, AB, certain a lot of black folks that still
Nah,
hold
you wanna
on.
do that?
You say what?
Look correct.
Lecrae.
Look great.
Lecrae.
No, so what I would say to that. So yeah, I think he's and look, even as someone who's no longer Christian, I was
Yeah.
born and raised Christian. I'm just not Christian
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, I understand. That's
I would look at somebody like Lecrae and say, oh yeah, that's a pretty good example. In fact, I think if I were to be led back in any way, it would be by an example like that.
Oh wow.
Nevertheless, what I would say to your point is I see how you got to that conclusion, but I don't think it's simply based on religion, especially, or Christianity, especially when we consider it is the dominating belief in this country. Still around 60 to 65% of people believe in it, including those same YT people. And when we look at intersectionality and who ranks who in this country, even though, like you said, by capita, Asian Americans do earn the most in this country. But in terms of privilege, they still don't have that, even with their dollar. What I would say is, I don't think it can be determined, even though I see how one can make the argument, I don't think can be determined simply by what somebody believes religiously or spiritually. I think we have to. I think we have to take. Wait, I think we have to take the country's history in totality as to who is doing what, and if we're doing that, the people who earn the least in this country are not only Black Americans but Native Americans. And what do they have in common?
Yeah, but Native you Americans kind of already got their reparations. So like I don't even talk about
When? What? The damn casinos? Casinos?
And it's not just that.
Reparations?
No, sir.
No. Fuck that. You know what reparations look like? You know what reparations?
And like you're over 25% Native American, you don't get money from the government? I'll wait.
Wait, no.
But wait, you're not understanding.
No, wait a minute. Wait, Muhammad, because the way we was talking about is who earned the most per capita. Native Americans don't earn a lot of money in this country at all.
They almost dead. Look like there's about 15 of them left. I mean, let's be honest.
That is, come on, you can't do that. You can't do that. What I would say, see, another thing that I would say about the Native people is a really interesting story about them. That piece of mountain that the Mount Rushmore is on, America admitted that they were wrong in that. Because initially they had an agreement with the, I forget which tribe it is, they had an agreement that they wouldn't touch that land. And they did. So they had an actual court case about that either in the 70s.
Are you talking about that Black River? No, it's some. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. That one region where they said they want the land back, right? They only want the money.
And that's it.
Yeah.
To this day, when they won that case in the 90s, it was something point million.
They didn't
With
want
interest today is something point billion. And they still let it sit in Washington, D.C. because they said, look, I don't care how much interest you add on that. I want my land back. So again, we can't simply just look at all of the intersection of people in this country and rate them simply what they believe religiously or spiritually.
Yeah, but the criteria that I brought forth was the criteria of who has the most money. And in this country, in America, all we care about is the money. So like we can sit here and pretend about like it's about land or anything. Bro, like I don't even understand why like America admitting they did something wrong makes any difference whatsoever. Like who cares if they admit if they did something wrong? Like we're not blind. Like we see they murdered
because Muhammad, you just answered that. You said in America all we care about is money. And when America admitted they wrong, they had to pay that tribe $1.something million. That is now currently $1.something billion.
No, bro, you can't have no fair fight with the devil. What are you talking about?
Wait, you said we only believe in money.
Fight with the devil? You expect the devil to keep his word?
You said, but see, look, no, wait. You said we only believe in money, and you're right. No, you're not wrong. Look, listen, you're not, sir. Sir, you're not wrong when you say all we care about is money. You're not wrong about that in this country. This is a capitalistic country. But in that same tone, you said that we can't take their word for anything, and you're not wrong about that either. But if you're gonna say those two things, and they admit that they're wrong and put the money up, they put that money up that you say that we care about. And it's something somewhere around the billions now. So
it was a jack move. First ain't hard to It was a jack move. Dog, and I'm shocked that they actually thought that after all of their people got murdered, their entire country got taken, that they were going to actually just come to their senses. When's the last time that you asked your bully for all your lunch money?
Okay, so let me ask you a question then.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
But let me ask you a question.
Ridiculous.
But I'm gonna ask both y'all a question. Well, in California, they're trying to get a bill passed for $800 billion for its reparations.
I heard it already got turned down.
By who? It didn't get turned down. It hasn't even reached the damn Supreme Court yet. It didn't get turned down. Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry. What you say?
Like I think that was a place where Black Wall Street was. Where I think Tulsa. I think.
Yeah,
no,
but
they
turned that down.
They turned that down. I'm talking about a $800 billion bill starting in California, and they're trying to work on how to distribute it, but it has to make it through to the fucking Supreme Court first. But it's already been passed.
Well, we'll wait on that.
We already been fucking with. I'm asking, where do you stand?
It's crazy, bro. Like I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, because the brothers, I'll tell you, you're not gonna get no fair shake with these folk around here.
I'm not asking for. I'm not asking. I don't think you're hearing me. Look at me.
All right, all right.
If it gets denied, if that ain't enough to make black people start tearing shit up, then we can throw in the towel.
Bro, it's not gonna be enough.
It has to be, because for the first time, bro, you got to. I understand the what's going on, but we got to see how this gonna play out. We got to see how this is gonna play out, because we should have been had it. Our ancestors should have been had it, fam.
I'll tell you one reason why they won't do it, which is just common sense in my mind right now.
Why?
Because if California does it, then all the other black people in other states gonna want all the rest of the states to do it. So they can't afford to.
Fam, it's for everybody. What are you talking about? It's for everybody already.
Wait, I do have a point on reparations, but if we can go back really quickly to the point that the gentleman made about the who believes in what in this country, Asian Americans make up about 7.2 of the percent of Americans in this country. Do you have any idea how many of those Asian Americans are identified as Christian?
I bet 6%.
42%.
Oh, I thought I was talking about like 6% out of the 7.
So 42% out of the 7%.
So almost half.
Yes.
Almost half of that small percentage.
I don't know why people think Asian Americans aren't Christian. They have a long history of
what do you think they're all? What do you think they're all Buddhist?
Oh, word, really?
Yeah, no, I'm saying, bro.
I can take you a little bit.
But Muhammad, have you not heard about how some of those people? I hate to say those people like that, but y'all understand what I'm saying.
No.
Some of those people over there were getting it. But listen.
What you seen in your church?
But wait a minute. A lot of Asians were getting their head chopped off just for trying to have church, fam.
That's true. And I was just about to say that, because you have to wait. Because Muhammad, yes, because you have to think about what they went through. So wait, with Chinese people specifically, we go through Taoism, then Shintoism, then Confucianism.
Okay, fact.
And when you get through those three, and then you get into Buddhism, then it's like, what do you mean you are Christian? No, that's not happening. So yeah, a bunch of them had to fight for generations to be recognized and respected as Christian, which is why a lot of them are still here. Because they're certainly not here because of the way America treated them. Let's not forget about their work with the railroads.
Website. Like when I saw that, I'm pretty sure it was on the FBI website, because I was looking up that and like between the races, and I checked that out between like Christianity between the races, dog, and they said on their website that it was like a minimal amount, like the smallest amount based on all the other races here in America. So you take
y'all please follow
Research Center.
Follow JE's and follow Bubba. Definitely follow JE's, because he's educated on a lot of stuff like this, religion, politics, all that stuff. Y'all might want to follow my brother. Definitely more educated than me.
Like I get what you're saying as far as the 42 out of the 7%. So you're saying that per all right, well, so per capita.
But see, but wait, again, remember, 60 to 65% of Americans still identify as Christian. So much so that in, I think it's Oklahoma or one of the other southern states, they just approved a bill where the 10 Commandments are required to be in each public school classroom.
That's Louisiana.
No. What that has to do with Chinese people, what that has to do with Chinese Americans, is what they have to do with Americans total. With Americans believing in Christianity, and you want to relate Christianity to those who have success.
Muhammad, wait, hold on, Jay. Muhammad, I don't think you even trying to understand at this point.
I'm not.
Right.
But you not trying to understand what you mean? No, I said trying. I said I don't think you're trying to understand. I didn't say you're not understanding. I said I don't think you're trying to understand.
No, I heard you.
And you're not trying. Then what are we talking about? You're not even trying to understand them.
Because what he's saying to me doesn't make sense. Let me tell you why. Because I was talking about per capita based on their race here in the country. So,
right.
So let me ask you this one question. Because you're on the Pew Pew Research page, which I'm assuming that you can pull up white people as well. With white people, what's their per capita for Christianity?
It's 65%. It's like it's like 60%.
Good. All right. With Spanish people, what is it?
I don't have that one in front of me.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's high as fuck.
Oh, cause
I mean,
they Jesus, goddamn,
I'm pretty sure
Jesus,
that's very high.
Jesus, baby.
So we'll say 75%. 75%, right?
Okay.
Right. That 75% for them, that 40 for Asians, and we'll say African American are 89 and 90%.
Hey, wait. Don't forget Native Americans. They don't believe in Christianity and they earn the less of everybody in this country.
Okay. What's it say on the pew? Before I jump to conclusion.
I get it exactly for you. So
Yeah,
give me a moment.
go ahead.
All right. But as he's pulling that up, like my point is that even if they are at your 42% out of the 7%, which represents 100, they're still at the bottom ranking. So I was right the whole time. Like bringing up the 42% out of 7% meant nothing because they're still the lowest having population of Christians. So I'm still right.
In America?
Yes.
Then what is that? Okay, what was the point that was trying to be made? I'm sorry.
The point to me saying all that was that if your Christianity is the highest amongst the poorest people in the country,
Okay.
and your Christianity is the lowest amongst the people that have the most money per capita within their race here in the country, then do you think we should try to adopt less Christianity as a black your community
Wait, I'm still not understand. Maybe Jay is maybe you understand, but what you just said kind of don't make no sense to me because if the lowest amount of Asians here in America, right?
The amount of Asians.
If
Just
the amount of Asians here, right, is the lowest, but in that low percentage, majority of them are Christian. I'm not understanding. Like, what are you saying?
That
Like,
is, according to the numbers, that's true.
yeah. So if the majority of them are Christians, why would we adopt and they're successful? Why would we adopt less of Christianity?
We got to do basic math, bro. 42% is not majority, bro. It's not.
Wait, what are you talking? Wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking
42% out of 100 is not the majority
about? Out of their population, or are you talking about the?
And remember, their population only make up 7% of Americans.
Okay. So hold on, Jay. So the majority of the Asians in that population are not Christian, right? Because it's 42%.
So
42%, of course.
So wait.
I'm asking the question.
Clear. Asian Americans are 7% of America's population.
Okay.
Why do you keep saying that?
So now I just want to make sure we establish that we're looking at a whiteboard right now. We just put that on the whiteboard.
All right.
Of the small number of Asian Americans in this country, 42% of them identify some form of Christianity.
Okay.
Okay, so
it's not it's not the majority because it's not the majority. That's all I was asking. When he was saying 42%, I was like, where are you talking about in totality towards everybody else or just that their group? Okay, understood. So it's not the majority. They're off by 8%.
You said, yeah. So if the African Americans are at the highest and the Asians are at the lowest at 42%, then shouldn't we think about readopting some of our ideas about Christianity?
No, because I don't think Christianity is tied into success. Rich, y'all want a prosperity gospel, and that's not what the gospel is.
No, I don't want that.
That's what you want.
But I'm saying the people that taught you Christianity, which are the YT people, if those people aren't adhering to the same things they taught you,
what is the percentage of white folks that are Christian, bro?
Jay,
what percentage of Caucasians from the Mountain of Caucasus? What?
Oh yeah, I definitely looked that up. Give me a moment. I'm still looking at the Native American data.
White
The
Americans.
only reason why they gave us Christianity was because they realized that as we were in slavery, if they could actually teach us Christianity, that we would stay in slavery longer. That's just a fact, bro.
No, it's not. Just because something is used wrong doesn't mean that it is wrong. I don't understand why people keep saying that. I understand black people, we always gonna have some type of animosity towards the way Christianity was used. But that doesn't mean that Christianity was bad. It was used wrong. Just like any other freaking religion that's been used wrong.
Okay.
That's the problem.
So you're going to be uncomfortable with these numbers about white Americans and Christianity.
Let's see.
All right.
All right. As of the latest available data, approximately 65 to 70% of white Americans identify as Christian.
That's a big chunk.
That's the
That's not-
majority.
That's a massive chunk, but it's still not as much as African Americans. Look that up. Let's get it.
No problem.
All right, now I'm looking that up too. I'm on
But
Pew
that's my
Research.
point, though. It's like if the people that taught you the religion don't adhere to it. Like that's the thing about America that people don't understand.
Wait a minute.
Is that
Wait.
every
You're saying
rule
they
in your
don't. You're
life,
saying
whether
they.
it's law or anything else is made and propagated in order to stop you from doing the things they're already doing to you. That's all it is here in this country.
So are you saying are you saying that not following it, but they are?
So
What are you
wait.
saying?
So he was right in his number with Black Americans just off by 1 point, 79%.
That's
79% of Black Americans identify as Christian.
Now, what I will say about this is what I said in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is all, I don't think who makes what in this country is all predicated on what they believe or don't believe. I think it is a series of, things that involves racism, that involves capitalism, that
That's all
involves
I would say.
decisions that
Well,
are
I'm trying to
made politically. I think we have to go down to things like redlining, gerrymandering. We have to look into the discrimination against people, especially minorities, when they're trying to get loans, whether it be home loans, business loans, et cetera, especially since we still see that happen today. And of the people that it happens to the most, they're either Black and or brown.
You know what? Take.
And
Hold on.
it's
Wait.
not
Take.
because of what they believe in religiously.
Take away Christianity. You know what? Let's do that. Take away
like it's the
Christianity.
exact opposite, and I can prove it.
But Muhammad, take
Please
away
do.
Christianity. Just say
Yes.
everybody stops believing in Christianity.
I
What's
believe
going to
in
change the white?
Christianity
What's going to
too.
change the white people's heart from
What's gonna change right
doing
now?
what they doing?
I just want to say this right now. When you have a group of people that believe that an outside source is going to come save them from all of their problems,
Oh, Lord.
like they would rather go to a church and give 10% and instead of putting 10% in the index fund as a group like every other race does. Black people are the only people in America who don't understand bribery.
And I don't hold on. Wait, Muhammad. Cause,
Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me
no,
cook,
you're
let me
not
cook.
cooking because I can't let you say anything unfactual. When the hell did Jesus say that he was going to save you when he said that you will have trials and tribulations in this life? That was a promise. The point of the wait a minute, the point but wait a minute, the point of the gospel was never to get you a better life here, fam. It was
But
to
Shannon,
prepare you for the
What are you
next one.
praying for that we can't do?
Wait, Shannon, respectfully, if I'm not mistaken, respectfully, that's kind of his point.
So what's the saying?
But with his point, what I disagree with vehemently, it is absolutely has nothing to do with what people believe and don't believe.
Mm-mm.
That has nothing to do with nothing.
No.
Everything
It has
else,
everything to do with it.
everything else in the formation of this country, period. This country that was built off slaughter, this country that was built off colonialism and everything that you want to put under that umbrella.
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with what people believe or they don't
I
believe.
agree totally. But you also have to like, hey, you're gonna make me have to stick up for it. All right, but you also have to. I don't even want to do it, but I gotta make my point. But you also have to believe in one thing: every group that came here to America was actually, like the Irish were like seen as like the black N-words, like
They were also the Irish was also Christian.
No, that's not my point. But my point is that once they were
I thought they were
under
never mind.
oppression, they gathered together in order to either take over certain industries and work together in order to put people in political office and bribe the people in charge. So they pooled their money and paid them off. That's the reason why we have poison in the food and the water is because of lobbyists. Black people don't got no lobbyists.
Well, you know what? Wait. Here's the thing, Muhammad. Wait, Muhammad. Here's the thing. Some of that I agree with. I do believe that to this day, we should have had some type of really strong black delegation. I do believe that. But here's the thing. There's a reason why we don't. Any of those other groups of people that you can name, they can... Wait, give me one moment. Either of those other groups of people in this country that you can name, they can trace themselves very specifically back to where they were from.
Oh, come on.
And wait, give me a moment.
But that
give
is
me a
the
moment.
truth.
The reason why that is important is because they're pulling from the culture of where they can guarantee that they're from. Black Americans can't guarantee where they're from. And to show you how much they can't guarantee, even when Black Americans were, even when Africans were freed, there was a group of Africans that America said, you know what, if you want to go back to Africa, we'll send you back to Africa. They didn't know where to send them to Africa, so they sent them. So what?
I prove that's not true.
Okay, give me a moment. Let me finish so that the people know what I'm talking about. Because I would love for you to prove me on this. There was a organization in America who told freed Africans, if you would like to go back to Africa, we will send you to Africa. But since they didn't know exactly where they got the Africans from, they sent them to a place that became Liberia. And what happened in Liberia is going to wrap up my whole argument. Liberia went through years of civil war. And the reason why is because those free Africans only knew how to rule from the people who once ruled them. So when they got to Liberia, they moved out the natives. They made the natives sick. They unalived the natives, et cetera, et cetera. And even to this day, Liberia isn't as strong as what it should be. Liberia isn't where those Africans came from. And that is my point. If you can't trace back directly exactly where you come from as a collective and pull from that the very fabrics of that culture, then you as a people, give me a moment, I'm about to wrap it up. You as a people, if you can't pull directly from where your home is, what your culture is, you as a people, as a collective, through generation from generation, don't really have anything to firmly stand on and say, this is who we are. Because you're only making up, listen, you're only making up your identity from the identity that the colonizers, that colonialism gave you throughout the generations.
No. You said a whole lot of stuff that meant nothing. You brought up Liberia. No, we're not talking about Liberia. No, we're talking about America. And I can prove everything you're saying.
I'm not sure how you didn't get any of my points. That's a bit concerning.
It made no sense, and it wasn't true. And I'm right now, and it's not even hard to do. Light work. The slavery. Did we not have our own communities and we all banded together? Yes or no?
No.
So Black Wall Street didn't exist?
You're talking way after slavery. In fact, I would have rather you talk about the one that's right there in Alabama. Wait, give me a moment. Because listen, and I can make this really quick. I can make this really concise. If you wanted to prove me wrong in this, you could have talked about the very town that was built right there in you could have talked about the town that was built in Mobile, Alabama, called Africa Town by Cujo. When he started, he was one of the last enslaved people to come over here illegally. And once they got their freedom, they pulled their resources together and they built the town. But this goes to my point. They knew where they were from.
Bro, let me finish. Like I was saying, there were tons of Black communities across the nation. All Black communities that were there and thriving after slavery. So, like you saying, it can't exist because it's not, bro. It's already happened. It's already happened. At that time, it happened. I don't care if it was right after slavery or way after slavery. It still happened. And all of those communities were either flooded, burned down, or shot to hell. That's what happened. To the point to where we had to...
Some of them in Alabama, you right?
Bro, these are facts.
Yes.
So like, once that happened, it's almost as if we kind of got broken spiritually. Like,
that's true.
Can't be left alone. And like every time we try to do something, for some reason, y'all come over here and try to kill us.
That's true.
Broke our spirit.
But what I want to tell you right now, Muhammad,
nothing to do with us.
What I want to tell you, Muhammad, is
already did it.
Muhammad.
Everything you're saying doesn't make sense.
So wait.
It was already
done. So Muhammad, look, on the tree of the point that I just tried to make, you just gave me a branch on it. You're not disproving anything. That's just a part of my whole argument. Because we still don't know exactly where we come from. We don't have a culture to pour from.
Dude, why you keep saying that as if it means something? It don't mean nothing.
The fact that you believe it don't mean nothing means you in trouble, good brother.
I don't care where we come from. As long as we can put our money together and get out of this situation, I care.
Capitalism is not going to save you, brother. It's not.
Capitalism is not going to save us.
Capitalism is not going to save you.
So every other race on the planet can pull. Bro, look what the Jews do, right? The DJ people, excuse me. They pull their money together.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No,
Yeah,
we
it's
give
not to the
give them,
degree
bro.
that
What
we've
do
been
you
saying
mean?
all these
We
years.
give
It's
them.
not to
We
that degree,
give
no.
them. Given them money. They give them money. They're pulling from us. Everybody is pulling from us except black people.
No, not Israel. I'm talking about
You just
ones
said
that
the
are in this
Jews.
country that took over America. Those people.
Oh, are
Ones
you
who
said
run
the
Hollywood and run the
you
banking system and run all of that.
those are
People
Jews.
work together. They work together and they put their money together in order to pay lobbyists, in order to pass laws.
So wait, Shannon, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's going on right now. This is an argument that the good brother Muhammad is making that our Black American brothers and sisters have been making at least since the 70s, maybe even the 60s. And the thing is, since we're not rubbing shoulders directly with them, we don't know the exact what's going on. It's only been in the last 10, maybe 15 years that Jewish Americans specifically has come out and told people that, hey, we ain't doing what y'all think we doing. The only thing that the majority of us are doing is we're just not spending a lot of money. it's not we're not having a secret meeting every week in individual Jewish neighborhoods to put our money together to build a world power. So that the Jewish American people are actually warning against this type of talking points because it's these type of talking points that got that mustache man in power in Germany. Because he was spreading these type of this nature. This is exactly the things that he was saying.
Tried to call me Hitler, bro?
Absolutely not.
No, he not called me.
Absolutely not.
You gotta wait, your brother. You gotta follow me better than that. Don't do that. Don't do me like
I
that.
hear you. Like we're on the same. Bro, I can hear you. You just alluded to to the man with the funny mustache, bro. I'm not the man with the funny mustache. I'm just.
I know you're not. I wouldn't put that on anybody. I wouldn't put that on anybody, especially not you, good brother.
Anytime you say something against them, they have people in control that'll shut you down, like Kanye and Kyrie and this person and that person. We can't even.
Kanye deserves to be shut down.
For real.
And I stand by that.
Say again.
Kanye deserved
to be shut down.
Kanye deserved his downfall. Everything he's finna get, he deserves.
Is kind of crazy.
Kanye is a dangerous
My
idiot.
point is that if you don't let those people work together for the betterment of their own people, that shows just how black you are. Because your brain can't even fathom it. Your brain can't even comprehend a race of people
What?
that could possibly come together and pool their resources in order to better their environment in this country. That proves what I'm saying about us being broken. We are an intellectually great people, but as far as like certain rules of power, we don't get to the point where something can be shown right in your face, like, look what they're doing right there, look what they're doing, and you'll still deny it. Well, no, it's not true.
Muhammad, I have a few concise questions. I want to see if we can go through them fast. You talk about the earning power of Black Americans in this country is relatively low, right?
Well, we have a great spending power.
We have great spending power, but how much do we earn?
But our problem is that it makes no difference how much we earn if we hand it all away. Like,
okay,
we spend a lot of money in this country, but we give it all away to
in fact, if I'm not mistaken, I would absolutely love to look at the numbers. It looks like we're spending more than what we're actually earning, which means we're not earning a lot, correct?
Like we're spending more than we actually earning, so that means that we're not earning a lot. Not sure what that means. If we're
okay, well, you know what? No, I simplify it. I will simplify it. I have no problem simplifying.
So wait a minute. So we're spending 1.6 trillion. Okay, so so you want to know how much we're earning? What does the collective? Go ahead, Jay.
So my point is, Black Americans aren't earning a lot of money, and I want to say probably within the last 15, maybe 20 years, we see that being on the decline. For example, the middle class in the 90s is poverty today. It don't exist anymore. And there was a time in this country where you can make 50 to 55,000 and be comfortable. Now you need a second job. I bring up this point. Wait, you know what? Wait, give me a moment, because I just noticed something in you that's really interesting, and I learned this in therapy.
What do you say about therapy?
I learned this in therapy. Yes, I'm very proud of that. I'm a proponent of it. your patience level, what is it like, brother?
Not like I try to work on my patience, bro. Like,
I say,
but the Lord's still working on me, bro. Like I'm unfinished. Like
You
the
don't
Lord's
even believe in the Lord.
the Lord's still working on me, bro.
and I love the fact that you can admit that's beautiful, brother. I love it. My point is, we don't even make enough money to start pooling our money together. Resources, maybe, but even then, not a lot of us own land. Not a lot of us own real estate. Now we could have had that. That William Sherman, the former Union general, if I'm not mistaken, who proposed the idea of reparations after the Civil War, if he had been successful in getting all of us that 40 acres. Oh, wait, please tell me what I'm posting. I would love to hear it.
Because of this. The reason why I say it's not true because of this is that for one, just off a mathematical basis, you can't say that we spend $1.7 million even.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the land. My bad.
No. But like you can't say that we spend $1.7 trillion like past what we even make and say that we don't have enough in order to pool together because we don't make enough money to do so. That's not true.
Right.
Let me give you an example. If like black people were to quit buying Jordans and PlayStations and
we gotta stop with this.
We got So
We
here,
gotta stop.
see Muhammad, that talking point is what's going to keep us away from reparations,
There it
because
is.
that's the same thing white folks say, is that if we get it as a collective group, right? We're not talking about the degenerate fools who buy chains and all that shit. If we get it, we just gonna give it right back to the white man, so we get discounted as a whole group because of degenerate fools. That's not majority. That's not. Wait a minute.
You gonna get reparations?
I'm saying, oh my God, you missed the whole example. You just missed the whole example of what I said.
Patience, brother.
Muhammad, give me a second.
Patience.
Give me a second,
Patience.
Muhammad. Give me a sec. Give me a second. You're not listening, fam.
But how can I be listening as I'm trying to make my point and y'all stop me, jump me?
Because when you say something dumb, I have to rebut it, because that's a coon. No, I'm sorry. I don't have the right words. I don't like Kundis Owens talking points.
Bro, let me finish what I'm saying.
That's true.
Bro, let me finish what I'm saying.
Fam, you just said
I'm not saying that we don't deserve reparations.
That's not what I'm rebutting. I'm rebutting what you said we're spending on. You've done it to Jay 1,000 times.
No, I actually haven't. Okay, maybe I actually have a little bit, but not as much, bro. Like, I'm not able to get my points out. It's not, bro. Y'all disagree. Y'all start jumping me,
Muhammad.
Kundis Owens and all kind of crazy.
No, Muhammad. Well, give me one second.
Think about the math is that if we're spending $1.7 trillion, right, meaning that we're giving it away to different companies, all that money's not going to black-owned companies, the mom and pop spots and stuff like that. We're giving it away to multi-billion-dollar companies like Nike and like the hair industry and all the rest of that stuff. If we weren't to do that and were to pool our resources in order to try to bribe people with something, do we deserve reparations? Absolutely. Are we gonna get it? No, because I don't believe that the devil's gonna actually hook us up this week. It's just not.
Fam, oh my God, like I can't, like, okay, Muhammad, okay, you
come back and be like, we have a chance.
You made your chance. Do you not hear how you sound? I got it. Let me explain. Can I cook? That same type of thinking that you just said would have never got us off the back of the fucking bus. Would have never got us off the goddamn plantation. It would have never got us nowhere with that type of mindset. So when I say Kundis Owens talking points or Brandon Tantrum talking points, that's what I mean. And I said what will stop us from getting reparations is talking points like that, because you have those black people who say, oh, I don't want reparations, I don't need a fucking handout, blah, 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 blah. That's not what I'm talking about. The talking points we say, because white people say if we just give them the money, they just gonna give it back to, they wouldn't know what to do with it because they just gonna buy Gucci, Louis, Fendi, and
yeah, but
Prada.
that's ridiculous, though. That's ridiculous.
That's basically what you said.
But why bring up what they would say with me when I'm one of you?
Because you're talking like a white fucking supremacist. That's the fucking point.
Not. You're not listening.
So,
I
Shannon,
have been listening, bro.
So Shannon,
Mom, I haven't spoke the whole time.
wait,
I have been
wait,
doing nothing but listening.
So wait, look, what I would say to Muhammad's point is this. If there was a way to redirect those funds into something that even Muhammad, even if we don't agree with him, even if we were we're able to direct it into something that he's seen as positive. I don't know, maybe stocks and bonds, maybe real estate, et cetera, et cetera. These things.
Most likely real estate.
I think, you know what? I think it would be good. But here's the thing. I don't think Americans, not even just Black Americans, I don't even think Americans at this point can do something like that. And the reason being is this. We have, wait, you mean, no, it's going to be a quick point. It's going to be a quick one. The reason being is this. We have so many conveniences in this country now that they're not even conveniences anymore. They're necessary to get through life. Think about it. The Montgomery bus boycott lasted 381 days. And in those 381 days, Black people in Alabama got together, the ones who had cars, who drove people around that entire year, and over a little bit over a year. They held out that long until it started to hurt. What do you think Black Americans as a collective who don't earn a lot, who don't have a lot of resources, who don't have a lot of land, what do you think they could do to truly halt things enough to turn it around in our favor enough to win in this level of capitalism?
Take all the money that we're giving to big corporations and not spending on ourselves and spend them within the community. This ain't tough questions, bro. Instead of going to Walmart, go to the mom and pop store, or something like that. Instead of you're spending money on like $200 shoes, bro, let's take that money, dog, and start spending it amongst ourselves. Like I thought I had heard that your certain money in like your other communities, I think it bounces around like what 4 or 5 times I heard, I think.
I think it's something to that number. I know what you're talking about.
But in the Black community, it bounces out once, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we can make our money bounce around like this, then we good. That's not no coon that's upper talking.
So
that's not no white.
So what is the percentage? So wait, what is the percentage of these Black-owned grocery stores, these Black-owned dentists?
Not enough. It's not enough.
The medical places, these Black-owned daycares, these Black-owned schools. What is the percentage of these things?
You mean that actually exists right now?
Yes, sir.
Small number.
Well, I think that there would be more if we were to support them.
No, I said, what is this now?
I don't know what the percentage is now, but I think if we
wait. Would you assume that it's low and spread out enough to where it would probably be a bit more of a hindrance than it would be anything else?
Well, if we have to go through a hindrance at first, then okay, until we get.
That is a fact.
Bro, wait. Let me read this. Let me read this. As of February 2024.
So we don't go to the
But wait a minute. As of February 2024, Black-owned businesses made up 11.3%. Nigga, where? How? How many neighborhoods? Where we going to support?
Because wait, Shannon, let me tell you this, and this is something that I really care about, so I really want people to hear it. And a lot of these Black populated areas, they're what you call food deserts. And basically, for those who aren't familiar, what a food desert is, it's a small community, a community big enough that should have a grocery store, don't have a grocery store. These are places who are buying their groceries from Dollar General and Family Dollar. These are places where the closest grocery store to them is 20 miles in one direction, 30 miles in the other. And this is a place that is filled with poverty, so not everybody has a car. And for those who have a car, because they live in a place that's filled with poverty, the roads are bad, so they got to spend their money somewhere to make sure their car can get back and forth to work. These are the things that we're talking about. So when we look at that 11%, what are we doing? Is everybody carpooling? We were in a van and everybody go grocery shopping like 3 times a week at the Black-owned grocery store that's an hour and 30 minutes outside the small town.
Now I like Muhammad's idea. I don't think nothing wrong with it. I like that too because here's my thing. We could build we could try to build it, but now we got to think about the material. I got to go to the white man for that because how many Black people got the metal owned businesses to build the building? How many Black owned AC workers can do the installation? How many Black owned refrigeration people
own your own house because the white man owned the cement company, bro? What are you doing right now?
Wait, what are you talking about? You're missing the point again.
That's a bit of a reach, but I get what you're trying to do.
I get what you're trying to say, but like you're not listening.
So wait, Muhammad, I want to make this clear.
Let me explain it.
I want to make it abundantly clear.
But hold on.
Shannon, listen, Muhammad. Shannon and I said the same thing. We think your ideas are noble. We think they're great. We think there should be more Black American unity. 100%. I was trying to give you the reason why I thought that unity didn't exist, but you wasn't following me, and that's totally fine. But what we're saying now is we would love to see it happen, but let's stop talking as though it can happen in the next 5, maybe even 10 years. What we're talking about is a 20 to 30-year mark.
This is how this works.
Muhammad,
Like
you
every race of people that actually wants to get ahead, for their future, your people, they know it's not gonna happen in my lifetime, most likely.
Pretty much.
For their children and their children's children. That's how it works. Like I don't understand why this is a hard thing to understand. But I'm talking to two black guys. I'm talking to
Muhammad, what is your economic and progress plan for your personal community so that we can follow?
For my personal community,
Your very specific community, yes, sir.
So you acting like I'm supposed to be Martin Luther King because I have a
Oh my
journalistic idea?
Jesus, bro! Oh my God. Okay, Muhammad.
You were talking like you had the plans, brother.
But wait a minute. But wait a minute. Hold on, Jay Muhammad. Give me a second. Let me rephrase what I said. And please try not to cut me off. I said, okay, let's take our money. Let's try to build grocery stores in all the hoods.
Makes sense.
As someday, some way, I'm still going to have to pay the white man just because. Listen to me now. When it comes to building the foundation of the building, it's a whole bunch. If there's probably not enough black people in my area that does construction work, and then I have to think about AC. If we're talking about just keeping the dollar in the black, I'm just probably saying there's probably not enough in that area.
That's where you're coming from.
Yes, that's all. So I'm saying, so either way, my dollar, when it comes to the material I need, probably has, even if I start building, has to go to the fucking white man or somebody else.
Wait, Shannon, watch this. And this point is going to be funny. And again, I'm not Christian, but this point is going to be funny. You know those grocery stores y'all talking about, those gas stations?
Yeah.
Usually, if it is black owned in the community, the church put up the money to get it.
All right.
Every time.
Why is that a point?
Because
you told us that Christianity was a problem for black Americans.
Like I said, I gotta be calm with y'all. Let me be calm.
Wait, Muhammad. Because it's just funny how we can call out bad church, but it's funny how people don't even look into what their local church has done in their own neighborhood.
And I can acknowledge that some of these churches do a wealth of good.
The reason why the church is able to do that is because all the people actually go there and give their money to the church. They
get a tax exemption so they could donate back.
Yeah, because that's what normally happens.
That's what's happening in a lot of churches. It's not, you can't keep painting every church to be bad. Like I can't paint every mosque to be bad.
I can't believe you got me defending Christianity on here, sir. How dare you?
I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that instead of giving your money to someone and hoping they do what's right with it, not start an organization where the money is going to go towards what's right. Like, doesn't that just logically make sense?
No, and see, Muhammad.
Give it to the homeless.
But see, Muhammad, here's the thing. I hear you on that.
And give it to the homeless man myself.
I hear you on that. But for those good churches that I'm talking about, the ones that fund that local gas station or the ones that put the money into that black-owned grocery store being built, or the ones who actually put money together year-round so that when the kids in their congregation, when they graduate, they have a little bit of money to go along with that scholarship money that they're sending them off to college with. There are black churches that do that. And let us not forget all of the civil rights that were fought for us to be able to get all of that getting together, all of those plans started at black churches. Again, I'm not a Christian, but I have to give credit where the credit is deserved.
We need a middleman. It's like you're saying that we need a middleman.
You know what? That's a great question. I'm so happy you asked that question because here's the thing. So long we've had leaders, right? We've had either Malcolm, Martin, the leaders of the Black Panther Party, whether it be Bobby Seale or
but they were all in churches, like for the most part, or college.
And see, here's the thing. My point was going to be this. I think we have to get to a point where we're no longer looking at a figurehead leader as a person, where the leader is the actual ideal.
Thank you.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for the type of movement where the ideal is the leader. We don't need a figurehead anymore because we see what happens with a figurehead. A human being is only a human being. I even understand when human beings go down for something that's, something's like, damn, bro, why you do that to us? Because you're a human being. Shit's gonna happen. It's unfortunate. But if you had a band of like a council, if you will, that looked at the ideal of what the movement is,
That's what I was
then
saying.
yes, the leader of the movement should be the ideal, not the figurehead person.
Bro, that's what I was saying the whole time. The whole time is what I was.
A little bit, but I'm
Literally,
with you.
I was like, bro, instead of doing that, why not create an organization where you can just have them give it to them immediately themselves instead of having a middleman that's gonna take a cut?
Yeah,
That's what I was
because the
saying the whole
organization
time.
is still the middleman. What are we talking about? The organ. Go ahead.
There has to be a unified organization in order to vote or decide which where the money's going to go. Whether it be like a homelessness problem or the rehabilitation problem, like your real estate, possibly, whether it's lobbying, there has to be an organization for that.
Wait.
And instead of it being the church, which is going to take a portion of that, why not give it to the organization where they can automatically?
Okay, so wait a minute. Take the word church out of it. Just say organization. The church will be an organization. So you saying create another organization, do the same thing. So the organization is still the fucking middleman.
No.
Yes, it
because there's
is.
too many
It literally is. It's
individual
another way to
churches.
distribute the
Okay.
fund.
You want 19
I like that point.
middlemen, or would you want one?
You say what?
Would you want 19?
Oh, no. I want 19,000.
I want a whole bunch of middlemen.
Let me finish. Some good, some bad, all getting a little piece of the pie. Or do you want to put all that money into one organization that can go ahead and do what we need to do once it's you're voted upon and thought about? That just makes more sense to me. Like, why not do it that way?
Jay, do the churches, hold on, Jay, do the churches in that
In
congregation?
the comments, Raphael
Go
mentioned
ahead,
something
go
that I want to double down on. He said the approach that I'm talking about sounds more egalitarian,
Mm-hmm.
and he's 100% correct. That is my idea going forward, is a more egalitarian community, a more egalitarian society. Not even just for Black Americans, but society, period. The society that we currently reside in, capitalism has gotten so fat that it's going to explode soon. We know that most of the greatest empires known to man all fail within 250 years.
Facts.
As it stands, America is at least 248 years old at this point. So, look, the capitalism that we have now is gonna explode soon. We're seeing just some
organization, right? But that's your point. Is we have to figure out our own organization because what's going on with capitalism is a bad thing for us, and it's always
it is.
okay. So
See,
on the same page.
Wait, so
Look,
wait. So wait a
look,
minute, because I hate to take it there. How the fuck we gonna get to egalitarian when we still fight patriarchy? I can't. How can you
can't
get to
disagree with that.
how can you get to egalitarian, right? If we still looking at, never mind. I'm just
No,
that point.
I can't disagree with that completely. But my ideas, and I understand a man can dream. My my perfect idea of what this would have been is had Reconstruction not been halted. Because what happened is, again, William T. Sherman thought that all of the free Africans should get at least 40 acres. And the mule part was just to say that the land was tenable, basically, but it wasn't in the exact words. Also, what we seen in Reconstruction was not only Black Americans owning their own things, and sometimes some of them even having homes, having businesses. We seen the rise of Black American farmers farming watermelon and making a lot of money from it. We also seen Black politicians. But what happened with the Great Compromise, the election of 1877, that said that when they couldn't decide who the president was going to be, the Southern Democrats told the Northern Republicans that, hey, we would let Rutherford B. Hayes be the president, but you got to remove your Union soldiers from the South. Removing the Union soldiers from the South effectively ended Reconstruction. And most of the Black population in this country is still in the South. Can you imagine what the South would have looked like had Reconstruction seen its way completely? And every once in a while, when I think about that, it makes me mad.
From what I had heard, I heard that once we had got the 40 acres and a mule, I guess they switched presidents or whatever, because they had okay reparations.
We had got it when?
No, some people got it.
Well, let me explain.
Some people got it. It was about 4,000.
Okay. Talk about that. All
They
right.
said we will give you the reparations, but what was was what they did was, like, when they ended slavery, the first thing they did was they gave reparations to the slave owners first.
That's true.
And then said, we're going to come back and give you your
The
reparations.
farmers.
But then
Yes.
somehow, like, they switched presidents, and the new president that had came to office was like, never mind. So that's
Oh
what I
yeah,
feel like
no, it wasn't somehow. No, it wasn't somehow.
it's a fact.
Remember, that president was assassinated.
Ooh.
That's what happened. And back then, as a president, your vice president had to be somebody who disagreed with you, so it can represent both people. So that president was like, no, I don't care about what he had in place. I'm here now. Cool, let's run this shit. And he effectively said, oh, that 40 acres and a mule thing, nah, forget about that. Then some more years went by.
Reparations.
Some more years went by. Now, he did allow the Union soldiers to stay in the South. And just in case people want to celebrate the Republican Party as the party who wanted to free slaves, let's not forget about the Lily White movement. The Lily White movement being a movement within the Republican Party that began to say, nah, I'm not comfortable with all these people running around free. And that started way back then. So, yes,
Wow.
it was Abraham Lincoln getting assassinated and then the election of 1877 that ended it completely.
So for everybody wondering, like, about the reparations, in my opinion, like, they don't even realize that we was already approved for that. But
100%.
somebody in the face to make sure that we couldn't get it. So that's what happens. So when people bring up the conversation again, I'm thinking, bro, they just killed a literal president to make sure we didn't get it. And now you
100%.
gonna change their mind on Tuesday. Like, oh, by the way, let's go ahead and it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, but
so
still-
instead of worrying about reparations, we need to worry about what we're going to do for us. And I understand the capitalism and I understand the patriarchy and all that. But regardless of the opposition that's there and already exists, we still have to find a way to fight for ourselves and organize. That's my point. It makes no difference what they're telling you they might do or telling you that they will do. We have to figure out a way in order to do things for ourselves. So that way, in case they don't do it, at least we're a little farther. That's all I'm saying.
No, and see, and like I said, we don't disagree with that. It's just that the way that we get that together, the way that we get that started, the way we get that move. Remember, just a few years ago, there was a huge move for Black Americans to move their money to Black-owned banks. Some of that did happen, but the only problem with that is some of those Black-owned banks are handcuffed by the FDIC as well. So a lot of us didn't have the credit score to even get in those banks sometimes, to even get some of their most bare minimum of checking and savings accounts. So there are a lot of, and that goes back to my point, and that it's not so much that Black Americans aren't sticking together, it's all the red tape around us as Americans who happen to be Black that we can't get some of these things done.
I kind of agree with that because is a good credit score or
Yes.
the rules that we know. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, kind of state the free, you got to go up north. If you know you don't want to go to Mississippi, you might want to go to Mississippi. Like, if there's certain things that you know you have to avoid or certain things you know you have to do, why not do them? And possibly we can start an organization to help people actually do those things as well. So we can't keep looking at what they're going to do to stop us because they're never going to stop. They're not going to stop.
So no.
They're built different. They're never going to stop.
So here's the thing. I agree with playing the game of the laws of the land. I agree with that. But when you look at a group of people who are at least 400 years behind the head start that the people who brought them over here did, that's going to take a long time to pick up some of that stuff. And wait. Not a long time in terms of you and I no longer being here. We're talking about a long time from literally our great grandmas to now, to where we even having the conversations that we're having now. And throughout that time, let us not forget let's not forget what redlining did. And the reason why I talk about redlining so much is because we know how much wealth is in real estate. So when they drew that invisible line in certain states and counties that didn't allow us to be in certain neighborhoods to get that wealth, to continue to build that wealth, then you look at it, for so long it was legal. Now it's quote unquote illegal, but let's not pretend that it's not still happening. So that is stifling some of that wealth that can be had. When we talk about Black Americans want to apply for credit cards or want to apply for certain business loans and all of these other things, home loans, and we see that year after year, decade after decade, they're still being discriminated against, these aren't things that we're doing to ourselves. We have to acknowledge what's happening to us in these situations.
I know that point, but like if the only option we have is to fight, then we fight. The option we have is to teach our children to do better and them their children to be better than fine. That's all we got here. There's no other option. Because the only thing I'm hearing is, oh well, it's so bad. Maybe we can go to them and like they'll change their mind, reverse some of these judgments and redline, and maybe they'll be happy. We don't got time for that. If they decide to help us in the future, great. But in the meantime, in between time, we need to educate ourselves on finances and like start to pool our money together in order to try to buy back some of these neighborhoods that they gentrify. That's all we gotta do. We got mad billionaires. I can't believe one billionaire that owns a whole block.
Oh,
But hold on,
wait.
hold on, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna cut it short. I probably got 2 minutes. Go ahead, Jay. You can finish up your last point.
Oh yeah, and that's perfect, brother, because I got loads in the morning and I got to drive, unfortunately, to Mississippi.
Damn.
So-
Oh, to Mississippi? Oh no.
yes, sir. It's very unfortunate, but so
Please.
so what I was about to say is, hey, look, man, I like to make sure I'm getting in there early and I'm getting out no later than the afternoon.
Hey, so vegan.
So to your point about the education, a part of the education, of course, has to be teaching the education of how we even got here to the point of where we have to have this education that we're having currently. But also, we have to be cognizant of the people who won't be able to come along because they're just not going to get along with it, and understand that there's no universal black unity the way that we like to believe. We're going to have to get with the groups and pockets of people who agree on the same level of progress to continue moving it forward. But with that, man, this has been a spirited conversation. It's been illuminating, and I appreciate it, brothers.
No, I appreciate you,
Alright,
man.
Jay.
Welcome anytime.
My ending point is this plan.
Go ahead.
Like, only thing I'm saying is that if the only choice we have is to fight or to keep being oppressed, then we fight. That's all I'm saying. If all we have to do is just take a step back in possible lifestyle in order to make sure that in the future that we can be better as a people, then that's what we need to do. Like, the thinking about the past is nice, but it needs to be 50-50 at least with thinking about the future and how we can get out of our current situation. There has to be that thought. And we have to start coming together, dog, and you're putting some of this money that's going to those other organizations into an organization that's going to actually benefit us and buy real estate and actually, do some stronger things that we can all get behind. That's all I'm saying. Is like we need to work together and fight, bro.
We could have used social. Okay. So with that being said, we could have used social media a long time ago and found a collective group of people within pockets and saying, "Hey, we all gonna donate to this cash app real quick until we find somewhere to put the money."
But our problem is that even when we do come together, like I find it in our community, like the problem normally ends up with the organization itself, hence Black Lives Matter and what they end up doing with the money. So what I think is that there should never be one kind of central head. We need to take their example, put people in the head, let them run it for 3 or 4 years, let us vote on them people the same way like you would vote for President of America, dog, and you do it that way. So there's never any one person with complete power, kind of like how the Senate does.
But what I'm saying, if we're talking about just strictly financial, right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm saying like in our little heads, like let's say me, you, Jay, right? We having conversations like this, and even women, if they wanted to come up, we having conversations like this. We created a little website, and me and you and Jay started donating $1 a week or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then we find more people, and that's, hey, we really trying to get this stuff. We got to start somewhere. More people may gravitate towards it, and they sign something to where they donate
Facts.
$1, and then like a chain reaction start, and then every time we go live, we have more conversation. Hey, if y'all want to help us build, blah blah blah. It's hard. It's gonna be a small process, but you never know how much money would be in that account after 10 years or something, and then that collective group of people decide the three, but it has to be 3 real ones or multiple real ones that's really for the whole, because we can't have no black people stabbing us in the back. Right?
Yeah, because some people are willing to do it, bro.
But
The problem is that every time we put money towards something, there's always some kind of scammer, some real estate, some school, and the money go missing. Bro, as long as there's people in there that's dependable, that like the people can trust and we can show results to the people with, then we fine.
Like, yeah,
and the only way to do that is to rotate those dudes. We gotta rotate them out. Because anybody with that much access to power normally goes bad.
Because
Like,
what if they,
spoiled
you know,
fruit.
we raised, I don't know, we actually raised 3.5 mil. Let me give a better number. 900,000. And just to keep it simple, 900,000 in I don't know 5 years. We was actually able to raise that much, or in 7 years. What a nigga see that money, bro. And it ain't one of us. It ain't one of the people who started. And people got too many passwords going around, bro. Somebody gonna take that and run off. But we could have did something with it by starting I don't know, a black. Well, you need more than 900,000 for a black school, but I'm just giving an example, like a big black supermarket of Whole Foods, black Whole Foods store. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Something like
okay,
that.
okay, okay.
Now,
okay.
now, but the nigga
That
that
makes
ran off
sense.
with the $900,000. Now what? Now that's that's the fucking. But I
Okay,
wouldn't mind asking, like, hey, man, would y'all? I'm trying to do this. It's gonna take some time, but I promise you, I'll never do you wrong with the money. Will you trust? I won't be a Dr. Umar Johnson. To establish trust with your own community. I'm just being honest. To establish trust with your own community, that's gonna be hard because of the history. You fighting inside and out. So when I say Kundis, Tatum's, and Kundis, those are the black people that I'm
Those
talking
are the
about
ones.
that will keep
Those
us
are
at
the
the
ones.
fucking bottom.
Facts. But we have to make it
think my mic. Anyway, YouTube, thank y'all for joining me. Y'all have a good night. Y'all stay safe out there.